Tiger Nation, welcome to Benson Williams Field at Colin Harris Stadium for today's Great American Conference Contest, featuring the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas University against your Washita Tigers! At this time, we ask you please stand and gentlemen remove your hats for our invocation, delivered this afternoon by Mr. Steve Patterson, English teacher at Arkadelphia High School and a member of the Washita class of 1981. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors provided this afternoon by the cadets of the joint Washita-Henderson State ROTC program. That will be followed by the national anthem and the Washita alma mater as performed by the Washita Marching Band under the direction of Jim Lloyd and Ryan Lewis.
Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for these two great institutions of learning and the faculty and students that they represent. We're especially thankful today for my alma mater, Washita, and for the alumni who have gathered here today to watch this game. We thank you for them and for their support of Washita, but we also thank you for our students. We thank you, Lord, that they have come today to support their team, but to also support Washita. Lord, we pray that you will help us today to have a clean contest, one free of injury, and one that represents and glorifies your name. We thank you, Lord, for our coaching staff and for our athletes, and for athletes from years past that are here today to represent the years that they graduated. Lord, we give you this time together, and we hope that you will bless our fellowship as we enjoy each other's company. And then, Lord, help us to glorify your name in all we do and all we say. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Honor.
Congratulations, this weekend Ouachita welcomes back alumni who played women's basketball in years past. Proudly known as the Tigerettes and later the Lady Tigers, players from the 1950s into the present are gathered today to celebrate the achievements and the camaraderie of seasons gone by. Throughout the decades, the Lady Tigers won several AAU state championships and made multiple national AAU appearances. Many players earned All-State and All-American distinctions, and they represented the United States on teams in the Olympics, the World Games, and the Pan Am Games. Today they stand before you on the field as part of this special reunion along with our current Lady Tiger basketball players. Let's give them a warm Ouachita welcome home. And now, introducing today's starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers.
The door told him not to. I said, yep.
Grant Allen, Springdale, Arkansas.
TJ Cole, Texarkana, Texas.
Tucker Swoboda, Bentonville, Arkansas.
Connor Flanagan, Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Hayden Waller, Brock, Texas.
Hunter Swoboda,
Bentonville, Arkansas.
Zach Henson, Alma, Arkansas. Peyton Stafford, Amarillo, Texas.
Nate Turner, Conway, Arkansas. Hunter Jackson, Ozark, Arkansas. Anthony Sherez, Sherwood, Arkansas. Damian McDonald, Northern Arkansas. Clark Garbo, Garland, Texas. Hunter McCord, Richardson, Texas. Anthony Freeman, Morrow, Louisiana.
Dawson Miller, Heath, Texas.
Joe Edgar, Jackson, Arkansas. Austin Guyman, Little Rock, Arkansas. Andrew Hayes, Bryan, Arkansas. Greg Julia, Bassett, Arkansas.
Kenta Jones, Westminster, Arkansas.
Hayden Laster, Warren, Arkansas.
Gabe Goodman, Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Trey Flint, Grapevine, Texas.
Zaylen Falls, East Camden, Arkansas.
If you're here, you must be ready to win. OBU starts you on your path to success. Mountain National Bank is there to help guide you through your success in life. Checking, savings, personal.
Eligibility a junior academically, Grant has really grown as a player this year. I asked him if he and his teammates have confidence coming off that UAM victory last week and headed into this final stretch of the regular season.
I do. We started out kind of slow with that loss to Harding, but over the past few weeks, I feel like we've grown a little, and hopefully we can just string together some more wins and finish the season strong.
We remarked last week that Grant himself has come a long way. Some key runs last week, some key passes last week. I described him, though, about how the entire offense has gelled this year.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little time for everyone to gel together, but, just through the season, we've had some growing pains, but, we've gotten better each week. We've trusted each other, and our coaches have put together good game plans, and, we've just executed pretty well.
At this point in the season, to have a four-way tie for first place is unusual. It's going to be quite a four-game stretch for Ouachita to finish out the regular season, try to win a championship, try to make it to the playoffs. I asked him about these four challenging games in front of him, knowing that the coaches are going to preach to just take it one game at a time, one really play at a time as they try to win each play. Ask him if the players react that way.
I mean, you got to take each game serious. You can't look ahead. We carry the same approach into each week. No game is too important. We just take it one day at a time, one practice at a time, and don't look ahead.
The Tigers are undefeated at home, having played in front of large crowds for each home game. I asked him what it means to come and play at home in front of so much support.
Oh yeah, there's a great atmosphere here every week. The fans are great. We love playing in front of it. Hopefully we can get to 7-1 this week and just kind of build going into the final stretch of the season.
We also hear each week from a player about the group of players that they practice with, the close relationship that results in the close relationship with coaches. I asked the same question to Grant Allen.
I love our coaching staff. Coach Knight does a great job getting us ready each and every week. He's a great leader. And then Coach Derby, our offensive coordinator, my quarterback coach, I think he's a great coach. He has a great mind for the game. He does a great job game planning each and every week. So I think they're doing a great job this season. And, we as players really respect them and trust them.
That's Grant Allen, a young quarterback from Springdale High School. Again, a really strong student, double majoring in accounting and finance. Well, this past Saturday's 34-0 win over the University of Arkansas at Monticello was the 6th win of the 2021 campaign, and with only 11 games left in the regular season, well, the victory secured Ouachita's 13 consecutive game winning streak, or season winning streak, with at least 6 wins each year in a streak that started in 2008. That's an amazing accomplishment, folks. 13 straight consecutive winning seasons. It bears repeating. 6 previously undefeated teams lost this past Saturday, with Ouachita trending upward since its first loss of the year. Then Tigers find themselves back in the top 10 with 4 weeks remaining in the regular season. The Tigers are ranked number 7 in this week's American Football Coaches Association Top 25 poll and number 8 in the D2Football.com Top 25. And that, folks, will conclude our Baptist Health Tiger Countdown to Kickoff. Football is coming away next here on the Ouachita Football Network, presented by Visit Hot Springs.
All right, Steve, 2 minutes of ads, station ID, and then intro.
The Ouachita Tigers have taken the field, and we're just about ready for the kickoff here at Cliff Harris Stadium, Ouachita. At home, taking on Southern Arkansas University. Southern Arkansas won the toss, but they elected to defer to the second half. So Ouachita will receive the opening kickoff against the Wind, and we're just about ready for that kickoff. This is Jeff Root along with me, Richard Atkinson. Richard, it is a great day for football, 81 degrees.
It is. It's supposed to be a little warmer today, but it hasn't really warmed up too much, and there's a decent amount of cloud cover, so not too sunny, just a beautiful day. The fans are starting to file in and fill up the stands here, and football in the afternoon and in late October, it's tough to beat that.
Zaylen Falls deep to receive for Ouachita. Southern Arkansas getting ready for the kickoff with their outstanding kicker, Austin Wilkinson. And we'll go to the voice of the Tigers, Rex Nelson.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff Root. Zaylen Falls has returned 2 kickoffs already in this 2021 season for touchdowns. Kamontre McKnight, the sophomore wide receiver out of Warren, also deep for the Tigers. So Ouachita will get the football to start this all-important football game. Tigers in a 4-way tie for first in the Great American Conference coming into the day. Here's the kick. Very short. It will be fair caught. They're obviously keeping it away from Zaylen Falls, Richard, but it's going to give Ouachita good field position out at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a double-edged short. He's returned 2 kicks for a touchdown. You don't want to give that up, but at the same time, you're giving Ouachita the ball way out, almost at the 30-yard line, 28-yard line. So that's, I think Ouachita will take that every time. A little surprised that they did that. I thought they still might try and kick it deep.
First down and 10, Ouachita. Grant Allen, who just visited with Jeff Root, the sophomore quarterback out of Springdale. T.J. Cole set behind him, the good running back out of the Texarkana area. There's Cole over right tackle, looking for running room and finding 2 yards out to the 30-yard line, where linebacker Michael Washington, the freshman from Marshall, Texas, comes over and makes the tackle. Jeff, we mention every week, but one of Ouachita's strengths, of course, is the 4-headed monster, and it's a warm afternoon, and that is 4 good running backs. You can keep a freshman in there at all times.
All of them look fast in warm-ups. Everybody healthy, ready to play.
Second down, 8 needed for a first down. Tigers moving right to left in the first quarter of play. Cole set behind his quarterback. They're going to pass out into the flats. Got a receiver, 30 out to the 35, 36-yard line. It is going to be Hunter Swoboda. Still a little bit short of the first down, Richard. It's going to be 3rd and 2, but they can go back to that running game now.
Yeah, they can, and that's the play we don't really see that often, getting it to the tight end out in the flats. Kind of a cross between just kind of a flare out in the flats and a little bit of a screen there, but Swoboda picks up some nice yards. And as you said, 3rd and 2, Ouachita's going to go with the direct snap. We talked about before the game. We think they're going to have to pass a bit more today. Southern Arkansas is a pretty stout defense, but they're going to try and get this first down with the running game.
Direct snap to T.J. Cole. Isaac Edwards, the freshman out of Texas, set beside him. Cole looking for a hole, not going to find it. Now on second effort, he gets it about a half yard, but it's going to be 3 and out, Jeff, for Ouachita to start this football game.
Very, very big surprise, because that formation has worked so well all year long. But Southern Arkansas was ready that time. They got him by the jersey, a good, strong grip, wouldn't let go, and he couldn't fall forward to make the first down.
Well, Southern Arkansas does exactly what it wants to do, Richard, to start the football game. That's force Ouachita into a 3 and out.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of 3 and outs at all from the Ouachita this year, from Ouachita team. But Gabe Goodman on to punt. Of course, the normal punter, Joe Couch, is injured. Goodman punted well last week, though, in reserve.
He did. Goodman is a sophomore out of Arkadelphia. Goodman takes the snap. Pretty good rush on, but he gets it out of there. High punt will be fair caught at the 34, so pretty good field position for the Mule Riders. And, Jeff, they have a veteran quarterback in Hayden Mallory. We've seen a lot of him in recent seasons.
We really have. He's a very fine quarterback, and he has thrown for 15 touchdowns and 1,700 yards so far this year.
And we expect SAU to really have a balanced attack, because they have, Richard, an excellent freshman, a redshirt freshman running back in Jarek Scales, who is out of Osceola up in northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, already run for 908 yards and 5 touchdowns on the year, just a tad behind T.J. Cole from the Tigers, so he is very good. Mallory, though, has thrown 8 interceptions this year, so that's something the Tiger defense might can key on, try and force a turnover.
I think the 3-4 record, Jeff, is a little bit deceiving in that of those 4 losses, 3 have been to the other 3 teams that are tied for the conference lead, Henderson, Harding, and Southeastern Oklahoma. This is a very talented SAU team, and we really expect nothing short of a showdown today at Cliff Harris Stadium.
They're averaging 29 points per game despite playing some awfully good defenses in those 4 losses. They have one loss that's hard to explain, but otherwise they have been playing tough against tough teams and coming up on the short end.
And, Richard, these games between SAU and Ouachita in recent years have tended to be wild.
Ouachita's won the last 4, and we talked about it a little earlier, just off air. The 4 overtime game 4 years ago, and there were some missed field goals and stuff in that, but these are teams that are very evenly matched generally, and you expect this to be still a close game in the fourth quarter.
And, of course, a couple of those games down in the Murphy USA Classic, one that, Jeff, we will never forget, when the lead changed hands 3 times in the final minute of play.
It did. It was an amazing football game. Ouachita has had good luck in El Dorado, and they've had awfully good luck at Cliff Harris Stadium. They're looking for more today.
All right, here we go. Let's see what Ouachita can do on defense as Mallory will come out of the pistol with Scales behind him. Give to Scales coming left, and good job by Ouachita. Right there for the Tigers, Richard, was Dawson Miller, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, the linebacker, one of the leading tacklers, second leading tackler on this squad, and he made a nice job. That was it was in the backfield, or kind of right at the line of scrimmage, but somewhat an open field tackle just based on how everybody is spread out. And going to call it just a short gain, so a great start for the Tiger defense.
2nd down and 9. Mule Riders moving left to right in the first quarter. Just underway, no score. Gipp to Scales. Nope, they're going to pass. It was a fake to Scales. Got a receiver down there. Incomplete. Pretty good coverage by Ouachita. Andrew Hayes was there, and they go early, Jeff, for the deep ball, but unable to hang on.
Not a bad pass. He had beaten the defender by a step or so, but good work by Hayes to try to get in the eyes of the receiver, and he couldn't pull it in.
And now they're faced with a 3rd and long, Richard.
Yeah, they took that shot to their leading receiver, Micah Small, but now they got to come back and get a first down. Otherwise, they're going 3 and out just like the Tigers.
3rd down, 9 yards needed for a first down for Southern Arkansas. Mallory takes the snap, straight drop back, rush on, goes across the middle, got an open receiver and a first down. Found a man open. Ouachita a little soft out there, and it's all the way out to the 48-yard line, bringing in the ball Micah Small, and they just let him get away. There wasn't a Tiger anywhere close.
Yeah, Richard. I don't think we're calling holding today either, because Hunter McCord got through there and got grabbed by the back of the jersey and pulled back. Otherwise, he would have been back there and maybe had a sack, but you can't let the crosser get that wide open. That's an easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, it really was easy, and it's a 13-yard gain for Southern Arkansas. They have the first down of the game. On the jet sweep, nothing doing. Coming left to right was Southern Arkansas's Desmond Jones, and Ouachita, Jeff, had that read out all the way.
Yeah, he had no chance. He got by one defender, but then 2 more were there, so no gain on the play. Ouachita looking pretty strong against the run so far. Just that one pass got by him, and I agree with Richard. Ouachita has a reputation of being able to put pressure on a passer, and they want to do that again today.
They've got to on Mallory. You can't give him too much time. 2nd down and 10. They set on the near hash mark. Straight drop again. Now a shovel pass up the middle of the field, but not much there. Good job by Ouachita reading that one out. It's to the 48, so it is a gain of 4, and it'll bring up another 3rd and long, Richard, for SAU.
Yeah, Rico Gonzalez, one of the defensive linemen, did a good job recognizing that one, disengaging the blocker, and making that tackle from behind. Otherwise, that would have gone a little bit more. But, again, another big 3rd down play here. If you force a 4th down here, it's probably a punting situation. They get a first down here, they're probably in 4 down territory.
They are in Ouachita territory with a 3rd and 6 at the Tiger 48-yard line. Mallory with one running back behind him. Straight drop back. Has time this time. Across the middle of the field and broken up. Good job by Ouachita. 2 Tigers in there. Kenta Jones was one, and the other was Terrell Gibson.
Yeah, Kenta Jones, the safety there, and then Terrell Gibson. He got, I think Jones may have got a hand on it, and then Gibson just came in and cleaned up and took out both Jones and the receiver to make sure nobody was going to get the catch. And Ouachita forces the punt, so both teams going to punt on their first possession.
They thought about going for it, Jeff. You saw Mallory standing there, not wanting to come off the field, but they will punt.
They are in Ouachita territory, but only at the 48, so they're going to punt the ball away, and the wind is behind the punt.
All right, back deep for Ouachita, Connor Flanagan, who missed a couple of games due to injuries. Good to have him back. He's electrifying. This one's going to bound into the end zone. So both teams have had the football, Richard. Neither has been able to do much with it. SAU did get one first down, and so we'll kind of start over again here with Ouachita 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the run game, Ouachita ran it twice on that first drive, and we're only able to get about 3 yards total. So they might have to pass a little bit more. The one thing I wondered, though, when they had T.J. Cole in the backfield, that direct snap, we've seen him pass once this year, Rex. This may be a game where we see it again because Southern Arkansas, like every team, is going to sell out to stop the run. So it's just going to be power on power, see who can impose their will. So far this year, Ouachita's been able to do that in most games.
Tigers will start 80 yards away for their second possession, moving right to left with no score in the first quarter. Give to Kendall Givens. Givens trying to get outside, cannot. 2 yards out to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Ouachita. But like we said, Jeff, they'll throw fresh running backs at them. Cole on the first possession, now Givens on the second possession.
Well, selling out against the run is exactly right. I mean, they're lining up their safeties as linebackers, basically on first down they did anyway. Now they're going to drop a safety back on 2nd and 8, but they are playing their linebackers as extra defensive ends and their safeties as linebackers.
Let's see if Grant Allen can burn them with a pass. He's out of the shotgun this time, is going to throw. In trouble, having to scramble. He's going to run for it, still looking, now turning the corner up over the 20, but very little yardage available over on this near sideline. That's the Ouachita sideline. No gain when all is said and done, Richard, and Ouachita now faces 3rd and 8.
Well, that time in Southern Arkansas has been doing it. They line up with a 5-man defensive front, and that's even hard for the offensive line to pass on a passing situation because you got one-on-one all the way. One person gets beat, there's nobody to help out, and that's what happened there is that 5-man defensive front was able to force Allen to run out, lining up with only 4 here on 3rd down.
4 wideouts, 2 to either side now, as it is the straight drop back. Got a receiver down to the right side. Caught out at the 43-yard line. That's Hayden Waller for Ouachita. Nice job by Waller getting open, and a good job by Grant Allen feeding it in there.
Oh, Waller is just made for that play at about 6'2". He's able to get up very, very high, had man-to-man coverage. If you're going to play for the run, if you're going to send people after the quarterback, somebody's got man-to-man, and Waller can take advantage of that.
That was a 22-yard gain, Richard.
Yeah, just throw the big man the jump ball and make it easy for him, and that's what they did that time.
From the 44, Tigers work right to left with their first down of the afternoon. They're going to be passing again on first down, and incomplete. Diving for the football was Key McKnight, the sophomore from Warren, unable to get to it, Jeff, and it'll be 2nd and 10, but Ouachita trying to loosen up SAU now that you were talking about them selling out to the run, trying to loosen them up with the deep pass.
I think that's the key. It helps even though it was incomplete because now they have to respect that pass, and Allen made a pretty good pass, but McKnight couldn't quite get to it, well defended.
Led him by just a little too much, but you're right, it was very well defended. Again, 4 wideouts on 2nd down and 10. They will pass again. Allen's got a receiver to the left side. That's Connor Flanagan. He's into SAU territory to the Southern Arkansas 44, first down Ouachita.
Ran some people a little bit deeper, not super deep. They had Flanagan coming across the formation. That's an easy pitch and catch. Southern Arkansas did it for a first down earlier, and Ouachita does it for a first down here. So they are throwing a little bit, and they're going to come back to the run at some point. But you're right, Doctor. You like that in the back of their head. Know that Ouachita will take it deep if given the opportunity.
This already seems like more passes than we've seen on a drive all season long. Tigers, will they go to the ground? They do this time. Kendall Givens ran into one of his own linemen, Jeff. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little bit of space, but he followed the hole, and then it evaporated on him. A short gain. Givens needed a cut right there to find the open field.
So maybe back to the air. Key McKnight checks back in for Ouachita. But again, Ouachita showing early, Richard, it can pass the football.
Yeah, and T.J. Cole in the ball game as well. And that's something Ouachita doesn't do a ton is pass the ball to running backs. We'll see if that plays a role here today, because you can tell that's part of the game plan early. They're going to have to use Grant Allen passing the football.
They are going to use a timeout, Ouachita is, so we'll pause. 7:40 left first quarter. No score. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visinot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
In it. Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
To Southern Arkansas today, but Ouachita is driving. 2 first downs on the drive, and the ball's at the 43-yard line of SAU for a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, 2nd and 9. Tigers have moved, Richard, into SAU territory and mixing it up between the run and the pass on this drive.
They are, and honestly, I think the runs, they've had 3 or 4 runs, and they've probably got about 5 yards total out, and they're just not working yet, trying to loosen up that defense. But one thing with T.J. Cole is, he can go the distance anytime he gets the ball.
T.J. Cole back in there. They come out of the shotgun. He is set to the left of his quarterback, Grant Allen, who will pass again. Has some time. Got Key McKnight down the left sideline. That's the Ouachita sideline. He is inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. And, Jeff, that's another first down, Ouachita.
Beautiful play. Lots of pressure coming in, but the offensive line held up to it, and they have called that timeout to talk about the blocking assignments when they see this unusual lineup on defense or a formation on defense for SAU, because they blocked it well that time. Had an open receiver. He got the first down and got out of bounds.
First down and 10. Ouachita sets at the near hash mark now as they will go with the direct snap to T.J. Cole. Cole's got a pretty good hole this time. He goes inside the 30 down to the 29. You'll take 5 yards on first down anytime, Richard.
Yeah, I kind of thought it might actually pass that time. I thought it was a little surprising on first down. They went to that, so I thought he might pass, but he got the 5 yards, and as we said, they're loosening up a little bit with this run, and that's always got to be in the back of Southern Arkansas's head, or with the pass, Southern Arkansas's head. And give credit to Grant Allen. He has played very well on this drive so far.
T.J. Cole is 1-for-1 passing for a touchdown this year. 2nd down and 5. Ouachita at the 29-yard line, moving right to left. Set this time on the far hash mark with trips to the right side. Now they bring one man in motion right to left. Long snap count. They give to the end. Connor Flanagan coming around. Got some running room. Flanagan finally forced out of bounds down at the 21-yard line. That is another 8 yards, Jeff, and another first down, Ouachita.
Always a new wrinkle coming in for this Ouachita offense. 3 receivers on the short side of the field, then 1 relocated to the left, and then another caught the pitch, and Flanagan had some room to run on the wide side of the field.
I like that play call a lot, Richard.
Yeah, I like they went to the wide side of the field. Give him plenty of room over there to use his speed.
First down and 10. Now look for T.J. Cole maybe just to pound it right up the middle. Let's see if that's what they do as they come out of the pistol. They do give to Cole. Cole breaks a tackle to the 15. He's going to be all the way down close to another first down. I think they're going to give it to him, Jeff, at the 11-yard line. That's 10 yards. Move those chains.
Well, it was a great run because he got past the line of scrimmage. He really should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but he broke free and then sprinted for that first down.
Tigers on the move. Let's see if they can turn it into 7 down deep. Richard, it can get tough once you get down here.
It can, but Ouachita's been very good because of their run game so far this year in the red zone.
First down and 10 from the 11-yard line. They will come out of the pistol again, set up on the far hash mark. T.J. Cole got a hole to the 5. Cole to the 4-yard line, and it's going to be second down, Ouachita. They can get a first down, Jeff, at the 1.
That was the 11th play of the drive. No penalties, no big problems for the Tigers. Steady progress.
2nd and 3 from the 4-yard line. Tigers will come to the line of scrimmage and go on the direct snap this time to T.J. Cole. Cole over right side going for the end zone and getting there. Milk, honey, T.J. Cole.
That was a very patient run there, Rex, and Dr. Root, as he waited for a second, paused, took a jump step to the right, and then went forward. He got hit about the 1 or 2 yard line, was able to reach out and quite obviously got that football across the end line and was able to get the touchdown. So a great second drive from this Ouachita offense, and one we really have not seen much of this year, Rex, where they relied a lot on the pass in between the 20s and then finished off with the run.
That was an 80-yard drive. Gabe Goodman's extra point is good. And with 4:50 left in the first quarter, our score now, Ouachita 7, Southern Arkansas nothing. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer. Caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
7 runs and 5 passes, I should say. Ouachita was able to run on the final 5 plays, or 6 plays I see now, to make that touchdown, but they passed early in the drive, and it made a big difference in moving those safeties and linebackers back a little bit, gave them some room to run, and Ouachita got the touchdown. 12-play, 80-yard drive, 7-0 Tigers, 4:50 left first quarter.
Yeah, Southern Arkansas, obviously looking at its defense, Richard, came in planning for a predominantly run team, and Ouachita just threw them off balance at the first of that drive.
Yeah, they were using 5-man defensive runs. You saw sometimes 7, 8, even 9 in the box, and Ouachita, even on the deep pass to Key McKnight, didn't work out, but they at least took that shot, and I wouldn't be surprised if Southern Arkansas changes a little bit on that next drive.
Gabe Goodman will kick off with Joe Couch injured. Remember, he was injured 2 weeks ago out in Weatherford, Oklahoma on the first play of the game, the usual kickoff man, and this one is going to be caught down at the 2-yard line. He almost stepped out of bounds, and now he comes out to the 20, out to the 21-yard line. That was very dangerous. He was over there walking the tightrope at about the 2-yard line.
He was. He might could have let that go and the kick gone out of bounds, but it was a pretty good return considering he caught that ball running the opposite direction at the 2-yard line. In fact, he got it out to the 21. I'm a little impressed.
All right, first down and 10 from the 21. We'll see what the Mule Riders do on their second possession. They moved into Ouachita territory on their first possession of the afternoon. Scales is the running back, set behind his quarterback, Mallory. Give to Scales. Coming left, breaks a tackle. Got some running room out over the 25, out to the 28-yard line. Breaks one tackle, and Scales can get some yardage, and that time he gets 7 yards, Richard.
Yeah, Jarek Scales, a heck of a running back, over 900 on the year, as we said. Hayden Lassiter gets the tackle that time, but, man, he's a young one, only a redshirt freshman. Ouachita fans are going to be seeing him against them for a lot of years.
Yeah, they really will. He is a good one, you can already tell. Scales again, right up the middle, first down, it looks like, Jeff, out to the 31-yard line. They are going to give him enough to move those chains.
One good block and then a good form tackle, but he was able to fall forward. He is a good back. Got good balance. He'll make yardage after first contact.
First down and 10, Southern Arkansas trailing Ouachita 7-0 with 3:55 left in the first quarter. Mule Riders moving left to right at Benson Williams Field at Cliff Harris Stadium. They are going to pass. Mallory sets up. Can't find anybody. Sack! All the way back at the 25-yard line. That's a 6-yard loss. It was Mikey Gonzalez for Ouachita.
Gonzalez was there, but also I think there were some linemen, Mule Rider linemen on the ground that kind of helped out as he was stumbling. He was trying to go deep, you could tell, Rex, and he held that for a while, and that pocket just collapsed, and Ouachita gets the sack.
So now, 2nd and 16. Let's see if the Tigers can play pass defense and force a punt with a 7-0 lead. Hayden Mallory, the senior, will set up again in the pistol with Scales directly behind him. He's going to give on the draw, nothing doing. There that time for Ouachita, Austin Guyman, the linebacker.
Oh, it's so good to see him in the lineup. Missed quite a lot of action so far this year, but he's an important linebacker for Ouachita. He got in there very quickly. He saw the draw coming and made the big tackle.
3rd and 20, Richard. This is where you just can't let anybody get open deep.
Yeah, this is when you kind of expect to see either just a draw, playing it safe, maybe a screen. Southern Arkansas, they're not scared to take it deep, but I'd be watching out for a screen pass.
3rd down and 20 for Southern Arkansas. Mallory, straight drop again, looking to his right. Got a receiver, but tackled short of the first down. He was a yard short, Jeff, from the 40, and being their own 40, they're going to have to, you would think, punt the football, although they're coming quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're not sending the punter. Well, maybe they'll change their mind. Now we see a tight end coming in, but no punter. I think they're going to go for it.
This could be huge, Richard, if you got the ball at the SAU 40.
Well, they kind of feel maybe like Washita does. We have a running back as good as Scales. We're going to give it to him and see what he can do. But the Washita defense has to not jump off sides here, too. They can always try and force that defense to jump.
Big play, 4th down and 1. Southern Arkansas going for it at its 40-yard line. Washita has not jumped. Let's see if they'll end up calling timeout. They do. Now they are probably going to send on the punt team. Nope.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. They're going to have to punt now, Richard.
Yeah, I think they were trying to do that on purpose. They'll take the 5 yards. They were trying to draw Washita off. But they only really tried one hard count. The rest of the time they spent looking at the sidelines trying to figure out what to do. So that delay game might have snuck up on them. We couldn't really tell there.
4th and 6 from the 35. Now let's see if Connor Flanagan can get a punt return for Washita. Washita leads 7-0 with 1:37 left to go in the first quarter this afternoon at Cliff Harris Stadium. The punter, Andrew Schreiner, he sets up back at his 21. Oh, this is a short one. This is a short one. It is going to take a bit of an SAU bounce, but still, Jeff, going to be very good field position for Washita out at its 34-yard line.
Yeah, I think they did not mind the penalty because there's a pretty strong wind behind the punter, but he didn't get it up into the wind off the side of his foot, and it sailed out of bounds.
And he's hurt also, Richard.
I couldn't really tell. He was running kind of downfield and cut right in front of a Washita player, and it wasn't really any malice. The Washita player just kind of pushed him as he ran right in front just because he was going to run into him. It was much just kind of, hey, as you run into each other in the hallway, and he went to the ground and laid there and milked it, but he's walking off okay. I hope he's okay. You never can tell. He took a pretty good fall, but I think he was trying for a penalty there. He's fine.
1st down and 10. Ball at the 34-yard line. Let's see if the Tigers can get this offense rolling again and add to a 7-0 lead. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Tigers will move right to left in this final 1:16 of quarter number 1. TJ Cole is the running back. Gets it coming right. Cole trying to turn the corner and cake. Boy, if he can ever turn that corner, he can go away, but good contain that time, Richard, and only a 2-yard gain.
That was a 6-man defensive front right there. You don't see that often, and kind of wished Washita might can audible out every now and then, but they're going to do it again.
2nd down and 8. They give to TJ Cole, coming back again. Second effort, he gets away and gets a first down. Boy, that's where TJ Cole hurts you so often if you're a defense, Jeff. You think you've got him down, and then second effort, he goes for the first down. However, there is a flag down where you're often going to see a holding. So let's see if that goes against Washita. Referee taking its time. That's exactly what it is. So now, Jeff, they're going to have to go back to the passing game.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see that. You know, they lined up to defend the run, but all the blocks were good, and then he broke a tackle. But unfortunately, I guess one of the blocks wasn't so good as they did call holding. So Washita will have to take it to the air as the sun comes out.
2nd down and 18. Ball at the 26-yard line. Tigers with 2 wide receivers to either side. They come out of the shotgun with TJ Cole to the left of his quarterback, Grant Allen. Allen, straight drop, goes right side, has an open receiver and overthrew him. Oh, my. His receiver, Connor Flanagan, was open, Richard, and he just couldn't deliver.
Yeah, and Flanagan didn't really see that ball at first either. Had he been able to locate it, he might could have made a better play on it, but really just a little overthrown as Flanagan had beat his man. Washita's had some chances deep, just haven't connected yet.
They sent 6 people after the quarterback, and one got there just as the ball was being thrown. That may have had an effect on the play as well.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 18 now. Let's see if Washita can come up with a big play to maintain possession after the damaging holding penalty. Trips to the left side, in trouble and sacked back at the 19 is Grant Allen, and so Ouachita will go 3 and out and have to punt the football as we're down to 17 seconds left in this first quarter.
Yeah, that never really had a chance because Damoni Boyd was able to just beat his man, just good swim move and get back there. Allen never had a chance to complete that one.
Boy, those holding penalties will just kill you, won't they, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, it was going to be a first down without the hold, or at least it was going to be another attempt if the hold wasn't in effect on that good run by Cole. As it turns out, those 10 yards they couldn't overcome.
Yeah, and they're going to let the clock run out on this first quarter. So we played a quarter in Arkadelphia. It's Ouachita 7, Southern Arkansas University nothing. Ouachita football 2021 presented by Pissant Hot Springs continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in 60 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
What does amazing look like? A new life. A precious gift. A strong heartbeat. Odds defied. Faith in action. And 100 years of all our best. Baptist Health. Keep on amazing.
Up back at his 6-yard line. SAU should come out of this, you would think, with pretty good field position here to start the second quarter. Mule Riders trail Ouachita by the score of 7-0. Goodman from the 6, low snap, gets it out of there, and it is a beauty. High spiraling punt, and it's fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by Ouachita. He muffed it, and the Tigers have it at the 31-yard line of SAU. It was Trey Flint coming up with the football.
Trey Flint, the long snapper, first one down the field, and the return man, not much pressure on him. He just must have lost concentration, and Flint's able to fall on it as it squirts away. What started out, Rex, is a phenomenal punt by Gabe Goodman, and then the fumble, and then Ouachita is going to have great field position.
Let's see if this offense now can take advantage. Working from the 31-yard line of Southern Arkansas University. They're going to pass on first down. Out into the right flats. Comantre McKnight runs over a man at the 20. He's into the red zone with a first down. Ouachita at the 18.
Good run after the catch by McKnight. We know he has speed. He showed some toughness there as he ran over a defender, and only the out-of-bounds line took him out of the play. But a good run and a first down. Ouachita's on the move.
Just like that, they're into the red zone.
Yeah, they are. I love them seeing Key McKnight getting involved in the game. It wasn't earlier in the year, but he's such a weapon on offense.
It is going to be the direct snap to T.J. Cole. Isaac Edwards set to his left. Cole looking up the middle of the field, finds running room as he cuts back right. He's going to be to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Promised land. No flags down. Touchdown, T.J. Cole. Touchdown, Ouachita.
Well, he just got around that edge, Rex, and once he got to that edge, you knew he was going all the way. He was able to foot race to the end zone. So T.J. Cole with the first 2 touchdowns of the game for the Tigers, and he's well on his way to 1,000. He needed, coming into the game, he needed, 70 yards to get to 1,000.
Gabe Goodman's extra point is up and good, and with 14-14 left in the first half, our score now, Ouachita 14, Southern Arkansas University nothing. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Pissant Hot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in Arkadelphia in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week. Here's In Your Hands. You trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
14, SAU 0, 14-14 left second quarter.
And Washita makes the break and then scores. That was one of the old General Neyland axioms that Buddy Benson always said, and now Todd Knight says, called play forward, make the breaks, and when one comes your way, score. And that's exactly what Washita did.
They did on another run by Cole. Should mention Peyton Stafford. He basically could have scored that touchdown as well, as he was a pulling left guard that time, pulled around, completely wiped out the end for SAU, and that allowed T.J. Cole to get to that side. So great blocking, as usual, from that Washita offensive front.
Gabe Goodman will kick off again for Washita. Oh, a beauty. Man, that goes to the back of the end zone in the air, Jeff.
Good wind behind him, but he also got it up high, and it sailed and sailed, almost went beyond the end zone. Beautiful kick by Goodman. That punt also is a key. The sun wasn't really bright on that punt, but he did have to look into a little bit of sun to catch the punt, but it was also very high, and he was backing up, and that makes it harder to catch a ball coming at you from high.
Kind of going to his knees, leaning to his right, too. I mean, he added the degree of difficulty.
I think he lost the ball. This field does go east to west, and he was looking west into the sun, Richard.
Yeah, he might should have, and that's where the just experience comes in. Sometimes you just don't field that if you can't find it.
First down, 10 yards to go for Southern Arkansas. It is going to be a pass by Mallory on first down. Got a man over on the far sideline, and he pulls it in after a 9-yard gain. Coming up with the pass, Micah Small, the redshirt junior out of Magnolia, Texas. And so it is second down and 1 now out at the 34-yard line.
And that was a tough throw. That 10-yard out, that's a long throw to that opposite hash. And they did a good job completing that. Good first down play.
Hey, Mallory is a very talented quarterback, as we know. He's going to pass again. This time he's got a receiver at the 36 for a first down. Coming up with just what he needs, and the catch is Cole Williams, a freshman from Athens, Texas.
They're going a little quick, throwing the football a little bit more as they want to get right back in this football game.
First down and 10. Southern Arkansas trailing 14-0, working from its 36-yard line. Mallory sets up in trouble. Sacked. Back at the 29-yard line, Anthony Freeman.
Ball came out, but I think they're going to say he was down. But, man, Freeman completely beat the right tackle that time, just ran around him, and Mallory never had a chance. Great job by Freeman. This Washita defensive front with 2 sacks so far.
Second and 17 from the 29. So another passing situation now for SAU with trips to the right, 1 man to the left. Left side is the near side of the field. They bring on the jet sweep, a receiver in motion, and they're 1, 2, 3 Tigers there. Greg Jr. was one of them. Anthony Freeman was one of them. Who was the other one? There were 3 out there.
I think the other one was Jacoby Nolan, the linebacker. So you had a defensive lineman, a linebacker, and a defensive back. All 3 levels were there waiting on him, Rex, and that's the kind of reaction you like to see.
Third down and 18. Let's see if the Tigers can get the stop and force a punt here. Hayden Mallory on 3rd and 18 with Scales to his left to block. Mallory forced out of the pocket, in trouble, sacked again, all the way back at the 20-yard line, Anthony Freeman again, and also Jamerick Waller.
Yeah, Freeman and Waller, both of them in there. I mean, just a great job of that Washita defensive line. They ran a twist that time. Freeman was the defensive end. He twisted, came around the inside, and was able to get pressure up the middle. Waller able to get there as well, and that was about as good of a defensive series. Those 3 plays right there. They got the first down to start off, but those 3 plays were about as good as you can see. Sack, and then the end around goes for nothing, and then the sack again.
It's going to be 4th and 24 for SAU. Let's see if the Tigers put the rush on. No, they've got the return on here, but Waller's going to call the fair catch. Still, however, Jeff, it's in SAU territory at the 49-yard line. Very good field position for Washita.
Mallory was throwing short passes, and he got them off. He dropped back a little farther, looked for a deeper pass, and got sacked twice. Washita made him punt into the wind, and now the Tigers have great field position.
First down and 10, Washita working from the SAU 49-yard line. Tigers move left to right in this second quarter of play. They will sit on the near hash mark with 2 receivers to the left side. They come out of the pistol. Running back now is Kendall Givens, the freshman from Little Rock Christian. Givens got a little running room. Nice job over the left side as he goes to the 45, 2nd and 6, gain of 4.
Yeah, I gave Dino Rogers, 6'2", 275-pound defensive lineman, a bit of a ride that time for 2 or 3 yards. He was able to keep those legs churning. That's a nice pickup on first down. Kind of thought Washita might take a shot there, but they're going to play the ball control, which is what we expect from them.
Yeah, with a 14-0 lead here, and see if they can go down and get additional points. 2 wide receivers to the near side. They are going to throw here, and it's intercepted, and this may be a pick 6. Brought back to the 40, back to the 30. Finally, the tackle is made at the 26-yard line. Coming up with the football for Southern Arkansas, Raven Ingram.
Well, they were facing a 7-man defensive front. They were just trying to leak somebody out into the flats, and all kinds of pressure on Allen that time, and he floated it out there. It might have even gotten tipped. I couldn't tell, and wasn't able to get to the receiver, and Southern Arkansas gets the interception.
Wow.
Right back into it. The Southern Arkansas Mule Riders are. We'll see if this Washita defense can make a stand now from the 31-yard line. Give credit to Grant Allen, though, getting back and making that tackle.
Yeah, actually the 26-yard line.
Yeah.
And, boy, this is where your defense needs to stand up. That can turn around the game, can't it? They come out of the pistol. They give to Scales coming right. He breaks a tackle and goes down to the 20. A quick 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 from the 20. We haven't seen many interceptions. That may only be his 2nd, is that right?
It is a 2nd on the year.
That's correct. And, of course, he did hurry it with the defender there. He had an open receiver. He just couldn't get it to him.
2nd down and 4. Ball at the 20-yard line of Washita. SAU trying to get on the board, trailing 14-0 with 10:25 left in the first half. Hayden Mallory. Scales behind him. Mallory's going to pass. Got time. Go into the end zone. Intercepted! It goes back to Washita. Coming up with it, Hayden Laster, the senior, out of Warren.
Laster with the interception in the end zone, and he played that one perfectly. Kind of kept one hand where he could in contact with the receiver, wasn't holding or anything, and then that pass just not high enough. He's able to jump up and make that catch. And Dr. Root, we talked about it in the pregame or right as the game started. Mallory's thrown 8 interceptions on the year. Washita's going to have some chances. That's the 9th. And so Washita defense comes up big again and gets it right back for this offense. And offense probably going to keep it on the ground. But Rex, the reason they threw it on that last one because it was a 7-man defensive front. And so there's going to be some a little bit of interesting chess matches going back and forth to see what this offense can do against a 6- and 7-man defensive front.
Yeah, SAU continues to sell out against the run. Boy, what a big turnover for Washita to get the ball back. They come to Key McKnight, and he's horse-collared, but no flag down.
I think that was actually a good call. I think it was a bad-looking tackle. He got his arm around front, but he didn't yank him down from behind.
Didn't yank him, okay.
And I don't think he got the face mask. I think he got the front of the shoulder pads. I think that was a good no call. The crowd doesn't like it. It looked bad, but I got to give credit there. I think that was a good no call.
2nd and 8, ball from the 27. Washita leading 14-0, or the 22, excuse me, on 2nd and 8. Washita leading 14-0 with the football in the second quarter. Kendall Givens, the running back, set by his quarterback. They're going to pass, so coming left side. Oh, it's caught. 30, 35, out over the 40. Connor Flanagan.
And that was, again, another 5-man defensive front. They almost got home, but Allen was able to get that pass out just in time, and he put some zip on that one. That was a good catch.
Nice job by Connor Flanagan with the run after the catch, Jeff, and it's a first down at the 40-yard line.
Really important they were able to go right back to the pass, show confidence in Allen, and he put zip on it, as you said. A defender thought he might be able to get to the ball, but instead Flanagan was right there and made a nice run down the sideline.
First down and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. They come out of the pistol with Kendall Givens as the running back. Give to Givens. Givens finds a hole. 50, he's down to the Southern Arkansas 47-yard line. That's a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, first big hole we've seen Givens get in, honestly, 2 weeks. There weren't many holes for him last week, and so he gets out this time, and Washita's into Southern Arkansas territory now.
First down and 10. Ball from the Southern Arkansas 47. Tigers trying to add to a 14-0 lead with 9 minutes left in the first half this afternoon at Cliff Harris Stadium. It is the give to Givens again. Givens finds running room inside the 40. He breaks a tackle. He goes to the 36, Jeff. That's another 11 yards and another Ouachita first down.
Well, just because you can catch him doesn't mean you can tackle him easily. He carried a defender for an extra few yards and made that first down. Good running by the young running back. And now Cole will check back in.
Yeah, that's the thing. You keep throwing that fresh running back at him, Richard.
Yeah, and Givens looked really good on those last couple runs, and the holes are starting to get a little bit bigger.
T.J. Cole will take the direct snap. He's got a hole. He gets away. He's at the 15. He's inside the 10. First and goal, Ouachita.
Yeah, that was great running that time. He was what's the old call? Stumbling and bumbling, Rex. And he got for about 20 yards, but he got down inside the 15-yard line.
As the boomer would say, stumbling and bumbling, but they're at the 8-yard line, Jeff.
Yeah, very good run. He's going to hit 1,000 yards before halftime.
First down. Goal to go from the 8-yard line. T.J. Cole, direct snap. He is to the 5. Second down and goal.
And this is normally when you see Kendall Givens kind of down around this area. He's got 16 touchdowns on the year, but T.J. Cole, the hot hand, he's got 2 touchdowns already today.
They're going with him right now. He'll come with the direct snap again with Isaac Edwards set to his left. He's going to hand off to Edwards one of these days and catch a defense asleep. Second down, Cole to go, ball at the 5-yard line. Cole, this time, looking for running room, will get to about the 3-yard line. Now they're only going to say the 4, Jeff. So now a big play, third down and 4. One of those 4-point plays, as we call them.
They're going to send Givens back into the game. Edwards will come out, put an extra tight end in. Cole's still going to be on the direct snap.
Wow. Ball at the just inside the 4. Third down. Goal to go. It'll be the direct snap to T.J. Cole. Cole takes the snap, goes to his right, and he's easily going to go to the land of milk and honey. Touchdown, T.J. Cole. Touchdown, purple and gold.
Third touchdown of the day for T.J. Cole, and we'd have to look, but he might be at 1,000 now as he's had a great first half. That first drive, they kind of bottled up a little bit, but with that passing, as we talked about, everything opened up, and Ouachita with a big interception in the end zone leads the points. So 2 turnovers and 14 points off those turnovers, Rex.
Gabe Goodman, the sophomore from Arkadelphia, to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, good. Our score, Ouachita 21, Southern Arkansas nothing, 7:13 left to go in the first half. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are on your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
8-play, 80-yard drive, 1 pass for 19 yards to Flanagan. Everything else was a run. The last 4 runs were all Cole, who picked up the touchdown from 36 yards out. The final run was 4 yards for the score, and Ouachita leads it 21-0 here in the second quarter.
Boy, how big was the Hayden Laster interception? I mean, a rare interception thrown by Grant Allen in Southern Arkansas, set up deep in Ouachita territory. They go for the home run ball. This could easily be a 14-7 game. Instead, it's 21-0. Richard.
Yeah, it is, because, you know, the 2 plays after the interception Ouachita threw is when Laster was able to get that. And that's what you want from your senior back there. Your senior safety played it perfectly and was all over it. And the Ouachita defense has been lights out so far today. Sacks, interceptions. Of course, the special teams, the fumble recovery. Great first half.
Here is the kickoff by Gabe Goodman. It will again go into and out of the back of the end zone. So first down and 10 from the 25-yard line, and we'll Down 21-0 now. We will expect Mr. Mallory to be lighting it up, Jeff. He, again, is a talented quarterback. He's a senior out of Gonzales, Louisiana.
He has had a lot of success. When's the last time there was a Ouachita SAU game that was not wild and entertaining?
That's
Rex?
true.
We
That
expect
is true.
that today.
Yeah. So let's see what Mallory can do as they move right to left from the far hash mark. One receiver to the near side, two to the far side for Southern Arkansas. Mallory will give to Scales. Scales bounces off one tackle, but not a second. Boy, Ouachita defense, as you said, Richard, just playing well. That was Blake May in there on the tackle.
Or a running back, different running back in for Southern Arkansas.
Southern
Scales
Arkansas.
was
I'm sorry.
checked out
I'm sorry. Okay.
For a few plays,
31.
so May's in there. But I'm not
Blake
surprised.
May running, I mean.
Not surprised Southern Arkansas kind of went to the run, though, because the last drive before the interception, they went to a lot of passing and got sacked twice. So they got to do something to keep the defense honest. So they're going to have to run the ball some. That time, only 1 yard gain.
Yeah, they got Blake May in there running. I'm sorry, Richard was looking on the wrong side. So May is the running back on 2nd down and 10. He will get it again, and he's met in the backfield for a yard loss. Wow, Ouachita just playing so well right now. It was Rovell Carter leading the way for the Tigers.
Yeah, Rovell Carter, I really like him. 6'3", 285-pound freshman from Shreveport and Green Oaks High School. A good size for a freshman, and he just kind of swallowed up May on that one.
3rd and 11. Let's see if Ouachita can force a 3 and out here, as SAU will be passing with 2 wide receivers to either side. Mallory sets up, throws right, has a receiver, and he's got a first down. Boy, he just broke a tackle. Now the ball comes out, but they say it had been whistled dead. He just broke a tackle. That tackle would have been short of the first down, Jeff, but he was able to break it and ends up with a 15-yard gain out to the 39.
The defense worked. They put some pressure on the quarterback. He made a good pass, and the tackle should have been made, but instead he broke that tackle and got the first down. Good job by Williams on the reception.
1st down and 10. Mule Riders work from their 39, trailing Ouachita 21-0. with 5:45 left in the first half. 2 wide receivers to either side now for SAU. Mallory gives on the draw play, looking for running room, finding just a little bit as May out to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of only 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it looked like there was a bigger hole than that. Hunter McCord looked like he was going to be there, but there was a hold there. But it didn't matter because Compton came in and got the tackle, and when you can close up a hole that well, you notice your linebackers have got some speed.
2nd down, 8 yards needed for a first down. May still the running back. Mallory, the quarterback. He's a senior. Mallory, straight drop back, goes across the middle of the field, and it's broken up. Oh, a great hit put on by Ouachita. Intended receiver for SAU was M.J. Loggins.
And it was Hayden Lassiter, the safety, with the hit on that play. He's going to come out. He's a little shaken up. Hopefully he'll be all right. But, man, he laid a hard hit on him, just right in his back, a clean hit. And Loggins was going to make that catch if not for that hit. Heck of a play by Lassiter.
Yeah, boy, Loggins probably seeing stars. He may be seeing Messina here after that one.
Yeah, the great thing about that play is that he hit him with his shoulder. There was no helmet contact at all. Just hit him in the back with his shoulder and took him down. Both of them a little slow in getting up, but it was a clean hit, as Richard said.
3rd down and 8. Let's see if Ouachita can get the stop. Mallory, straight drop again. Now gives on the draw play, and nowhere that time for Blake May as Clark Yarborough was right there.
Yarborough, I think Damien McDonald also back there. Both of them, I mean, just nowhere to go, as you said. And when your defensive line, Rex, is making tackles in the backfield like that on the run, that frees up the line on the running game. That frees up the linebackers and safeties a lot to pay attention to that passing game.
Loss of 3. It'll go back to Ouachita now. 4th and 11 as SAU sends on the punting team, trailing Ouachita 21-0. 4:25 left to go in this first half of play. Punter Andrew Schreiner sets up. It is going to be the fake, and Ouachita has made the tackle all the way back at the 31-yard line. It was Dawson Miller, and the offense will come on. Only 31 yards away from the promised land.
That may have been one of the worst fakes I've seen. That went to the up back. He looked a little surprised by it, actually. I don't know if he was expecting it and ran to the right, and Dawson Miller unblocked, was able to make a tackle, not just tackle at the line of scrimmage, a tackle for a loss.
Now, as an offense, Jeff, you've got to take advantage of this field position.
Well, you really do. Ouachita has a chance to go up by 4 touchdowns here before halftime, 4:14 left. The offense comes right back out with Cole at quarterback.
First down, 10 yards to go as they'll go at the Wildcat to T.J. Cole from the 31. Cole picking a hole, can't find much. Goes to the 29 for a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Ouachita will take its time, though, because they don't want to leave SAU too much time on their next possession, so they're letting the clock run on down here. Still 3:53 left in this first half.
Yeah, plenty of time to take your time and still go get a touchdown, yeah.
Second down and 8. Run your offense, take your time. They do bring the quarterback back in now with 2 receivers to either side on 2nd and 8. Kendall Givens is the running back set to the right. Grant Allen rolls to the right. Passes, got a receiver at the 20. Connor Flanagan. Flanagan walking down the sideline. He walks that tightrope, Jeff, all the way to the 8-yard line, and it's 1st and goal, Ouachita.
Beautiful little stutter step. Fooled a defender, and then he was able to get down the sideline when it looked like surely he would be knocked out of bounds. Able to gain more yards. Finally went out of bounds inside the 10. Beautiful run.
Another of those talented freshmen. Flanagan, a freshman out of Fayetteville. Now the freshman out of Little Rock Christian, Kendall Givens, will take the direct snap on 1st down and goal. Kendall Givens to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Milk, honey, touchdown, Ouachita. Kendall Givens has 17 on the season.
That's what we're used to seeing from Givens. Doesn't really matter where he is near the goal line. He's got a nose for the end zone and got bear hugged about the 4 or 5 that kept going into the end zone. And I don't think any of us saw this to start off, Rex. Ouachita out to a 28-0 lead, or 27-0 pending this extra point right here.
Well, they've come up with 2 turnovers and a stopped fake punt already. Those 3 plays will make a lot of difference, Richard.
Oh, that will do it.
And so Ouachita will try to make it 28-0 here as Gabe Goodman attempts the extra point, and it is good. Our score, Ouachita 28, Southern Arkansas nothing, 2:58 left to go in the first half. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
What does amazing look like? A century of inspiration. 180 pounds healthier. 5 steps forward. Countless miracles. 1 faithful mission. And 100 years of all our best. Baptist Health. Keep on amazing.
Jeremy Hughes, Shelter Insurance, Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Turner Rogers Manning & Wilder, certified public accountants. Thank you for your support of Ouachita Tiger Football.
3.5 KHGG Fort Smith, FM 97.1 KAMD Camden, FM 105.5 KNAS Nashville, FM 105.3 KQOR Nina, FM 100.9 KES.
Kicking off for Ouachita, number 0, Gabe Goodman, deep receiver for Southern Arkansas, number 7, Desmond Joe, and number 82.
After the failed fake punt by SAU, Ouachita a 3-play, 31-yard drive for a touchdown. Ouachita 28, Southern Arkansas 0, with 2:58 left before halftime.
Gabe Goodman will kick off yet again for the Tigers of Ouachita Baptist University, and the ball blows off the tee. Partly cloudy afternoon, getting cloudier as we go right now, and a pretty good wind blowing right now, Richard.
Yeah, that flag is straight out, and we've seen it do a few things in this game. Wasn't really expecting that to play a role.
And Goodman is kicking with the wind, so that ball goes up there, catches the wind, goes into again, and out of the back of the end zone, and that's quite a weapon, Jeff. We've also got a flag down.
A couple of them.
Yeah, and I think a Ouachita guy was thrown to the field, and SAU got caught, Richard.
Yeah, it was Tucker Swoboda. I didn't see what happened. I'll see if I can watch a replay and see it. But Tucker Swoboda was laying there, and 2 flags on the field, so take it even further back.
Yeah.
I mean, half the distance
if
to the goal.
if it's on SAU, it'll go back to the 12.5-yard line. They'll talk about it. Ouachita leading 28-0 off to quite a start on this afternoon of October 23rd, which has turned out surprisingly warm. Yep, SAU, unsportsmanlike conduct. So take it all the way back, Jeff, to the 12-yard line, and let's see if the defense can come up with another big play.
Well, I wouldn't bet against it. What a great defensive effort today. The shutout last week, the defense is rising to the occasion here late in the season.
They really are. And let's see if they can keep it up through the rest of this football game. Still plenty of time for SAU with 2:58 left to go in the second quarter, but boy, Ouachita, several sacks already on the afternoon. They have an interception on the afternoon. Special teams have a fake punt stop. They've also got a fumble recovery on a punt play. Here's a pass over to the right side, and it's going to be a short gain before the tackle is made by Ouachita's Andrew Hayes. That'll move it from the 12 out to the 16-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6.
Now, Ouachita will give up that all day long, especially now under 3 minutes, so they're trying to go down the field.
On 2nd and 6, they come out of the pistol this time. Scales is back in there, but they're throwing. Going deep down the right sideline and incomplete. Good one-on-one coverage down there, though, Jeff, by Ouachita's Andrew Hayes, the sophomore out of Bryant.
One of the better passes from Mallory. He dropped it into the receiver's hands, but Hayes just batted it away as he tried to pull it in. Wonderful play by Hayes at the cornerback position.
And if you could get a stop here and force a punt, Richard, you still have time to score more points.
Yeah, because you're going to have good field position. They'd be punting against the wind.
Yeah, 3rd down and 6, so let's see if Ouachita can get an important stop with trips to the left side. Mallory sets up, can't find anybody open. Now he gets away. He's going to run for it. It's going to be a 1st down and more as Mallory goes up over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Credit the secondary for coverage, but those linemen and linebackers lost contain, and it was a 15-yard gain for Mallory on the scramble. They come quickly back to the line of scrimmage, clock running with 2:10 left in the first half. Mallory this time passing right side, got a receiver, gain of another 10 and another 1st down. The thing you don't want to do, obviously, Richard, is allow SAU to go down and score and have a little bit of momentum going in at halftime.
Yeah, you don't want to, as they got out of bounds there, 2:05 left to go. Looked like they were going to possibly have a stop a minute ago, and then the run, and then the pass, and you get 1st downs.
4 down linemen rushing on 2nd and 10. They come with the draw play, and this one is going to go nowhere. 2nd down and 10 yards to go as Scales just can't find anywhere to go, Jeff.
Yeah, he's a good running back, well over 900 yards coming into this game, but nowhere to run against the Tiger defense so far. No gain on that play.
2nd and 10, SAU, clock running with 1:34 left in the first half. Ouachita leading 28-0. Out of the shotgun, Mallory sets up across the middle of the field, caught.
Dropped.
No, incomplete. He dropped it.
He should have caught it, and as it was going down, it dropped, and the officials, a good job, had a good angle of that one to see to very quickly said incomplete.
M.J. Loggins, the intended receiver, now 3rd and 10, and a chance for another stop. Let's see if Ouachita can get it on 3rd down and 10. SAU to the line of scrimmage, trailing Ouachita by the score of 28-0. Mule Riders, sun back out, very sunny now, moving right to left in the final couple of minutes of this first half. Hayden Mallory, the senior quarterback out of Louisiana, gives right side. Scales breaks one tackle, breaks another one, has a 1st down and more. Watch out. Here come the Riders, Jeff, all the way down to the Ouachita 41. That's an 18-yard gain on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it ran the draw play. Up the middle, it had not been working. This time he took it around the right end, found some open space, and made a nice run. Showed some of that speed that young freshman has for SAU.
Defense is going to have to step up here. Still 1:18 left to go in the first half.
And
1st down.
Got 3 timeouts.
Yep. 1st down and 10. Mallory sets up, passes right side, double coverage by Ouachita, but going to be positive yardage as the clock keeps running down to the 34. That's another 7, Jeff. It's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it was a good pass, good catch. Mallory really showing some good work here when he's getting the ball away quickly before they can get pressure on him.
2nd down, 3 yards needed for a 1st down. SAU goes with that draw play again, and this time nothing doing. Good job job by Ouachita, leading the way for the Tigers that time, Richard. Damian McDonald.
Yeah, and good thing McDonald was there because he had broken 2 or 3 tackles in the backfield, Rex, and McDonald came in and cleaned up. And 40.5 seconds left. Southern Arkansas going to take their first timeout.
And so SAU, after the big loss, takes the timeout. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 when play resumes. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
To threaten the Tigers.
3rd down and 8 now, needed for a first down for Southern Arkansas. They have moved it to the Ouachita 39-yard line. So let's see if this Tiger defense can step up in these final seconds of the first half. Ouachita leading 28-0 at this point. 2 wide receivers to either side as the Mule Riders set on the far hash mark, moving right to left. Mallory changing the play as he looks over to his sideline. Straight drop back. Has time. That's time and batted away. Greg Jr. And they're going to throw the flag on him.
They're going to say interference. I thought he was standing next to the receiver, and the only thing is if he had an arm wrapped around back, and we couldn't see, but I thought that was going to be a clean play.
Yep.
But he must have had an arm. That's what we couldn't see, if he had an arm wrapped around the back. And
must have been.
That one of the officials from the back is one of the ones who actually 2 of them threw the flag.
Well, it'll go against Greg Jr., and that's an automatic first down. So from the 35 of Ouachita, a fresh set of downs for the Mule Riders. The Ouachita crowd does not like the call. Mule Riders trailing 28-0, but threatening in the final seconds of the first half. 36 seconds left. They've got a first down at the Ouachita 35-yard line. Mallory rolling to his right. Got some time. Throws across. Got a receiver inside the 30. Down to the 24. Greg Jr. makes the tackle that time. But coming up with the catch was Cole Williams. We've got a flag back there where you're usually going to see a hold, Richard.
Well, it was a hold, but they're going to call a late hit on the quarterback. And Brett Shockley was not happy. He was asking for the hold down there. As the offensive line coach knows a hold when he sees one. They're not calling holding on passing plays on either team, to be honest. They have on run plays, and that's been a common theme this year. Not just Ouachita, like I said, both teams.
Personal foul, dead ball, roughing the quarterback on Ouachita. Wow, that hurts. And again, the crowd saying, "What about holding?"
Hold?
Yeah,
it was there. When you
it was obvious.
When you see an arm go out and yank somebody, it's a hold.
Well, as it is, Jeff, all the way down now to the Ouachita 12 with 28 seconds left.
Lots of time, 28 seconds and 2 timeouts for SAU.
Mallory, as they move right to left from the near hash mark. Trips to his right side, 1 man to his left. Sets up, got a receiver across the middle of the field, tackled inbounds at the 5-yard line. Coming up with the catch for Southern Arkansas, Desmond Jones, clocked down to 20 seconds, and SAU uses another timeout. Ouachita Football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in Arkadelphia in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
21 seconds left in the first half. Ouachita 28, SAU 0, but SAU is threatening now. They've made 3 third-down conversions on this drive and find themselves at Ouachita's 4-yard line.
2nd and 2, SAU working from the Ouachita 4-yard line. Last time SAU was down close, Hayden Laster, the senior from Warren, came up with an interception in the end zone. It's 28-0 Ouachita. Let's see if this defense can come up with something else big here, Richard, in these final 21 seconds of the first half.
You know, they've still got a timeout, so they can still run the football, and I think that's probably what I would expect to see right here based on the fact they threw an interception in the end zone a minute ago.
2nd and 2, ball at the 4. So here come the Mule Riders. They set on the near hash mark. Hayden Mallory is the quarterback. Jarek Scales, the fine freshman running back, on 2nd and 2. Let's see if they go to the ground here and then use that timeout. Mallory, he's going to go on the quarterback draw, and he dropped for a loss. Dropped for a loss by Ouachita's Clark Yarborough on the spot, and SAU will use another timeout and face a 3rd down. Ouachita football 2021 presented by Visit Hot Springs continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. We're the people behind every light switched on for the baby's 2 a.m. feeding, the computer you start up to begin your business day, and we're always there, down the line, powering farms and industry somewhere across Arkansas. We're a network of nearly 2,500 team members, delivering more than just electricity. We deliver power through our family of 17 local electric distribution co-ops. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
28, Southern Arkansas 0. Now 15 seconds left in the first half, and Southern Arkansas has used its last timeout as they line up at the Ouachita 6-yard line.
So without any timeouts, obviously they are going to be passing the ball here, Richard. And then if they don't get it, it'll be interesting to see, trailing by 28, if they try for a touchdown on 4th down or they just try to get 3 points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, they've got, this is 2nd down. I think they've got.
This is 3rd down.
Third down. The box is not all the way changed over there. You're right, 3rd down. So they've got this play, and I think they go for the touchdown, Rex. I think they would go for it on 4th down 28-0.
But it's academic if they score here. So let's see if Ouachita can get a stop. 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 6-yard line of Ouachita. Hayden Mallory, the quarterback. Mallory takes the snap, straight drop, has time, left side, got a man, touchdown SAU. And the Mule Riders are on the board for the first time this afternoon, just before halftime, bringing it in, Matthew Whitten.
Just a really good route that time as Whitten went in and then out, just kind of in-out route, and that's hard to stay with. And Greg Jr. unable to stay with them, and he's able to get in for the touchdown, and Southern Arkansas scores their first points of the afternoon.
Austin Wilkerson will attempt the extra point that will make it 28-7 and cut the Ouachita lead to 21. Snap, hold, kick, good. 10 seconds left in the first half. Our score, Ouachita Baptist University 28, Southern Arkansas University 7. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in Arkadelphia in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
First points of the day come on by far its most impressive drive. 13 plays, 88 yards. They converted 3rd down 4 times on the drive.
Wow. So Southern Arkansas gets on the board, now trailing by 21, and they will be kicking against the wind here.
They're going to try not to kick to Falls, but I wonder if they're kicking against the wind. If it holds up, he can run up far enough to maybe make a catch.
Make a play.
Him to
they'd love to have Falls have a chance. Falls has returned 2 kickoffs already this year, 4 touchdowns. And so here comes the kickoff by Austin Wilkerson. Is going to be short and fair, caught up at the 31-yard line by Connor Flanagan. I would think Ouachita would just run the ball here, Jeff, and go in with the 21-point lead.
I would think so. With only 10 seconds left, it's not quite enough time to get Goodman into field goal range, even though he could kick an awfully long one with the wind this strong behind him, but they're a good distance from field goal range.
I think they'll just take a knee probably.
Yeah, maybe so, just to be very safe here. And, again, go in with the 21-point lead. They do. They line up in the tight formation. And so, Richard, SAU gets on the board, but all in all, a very good first half for Ouachita.
Yeah, that last drive, they had a few of those third down plays, had a few penalties that helped out, and so you had a little bit of momentum, but you really like how Ouachita's been playing so far in this first half, and the 21-point lead is very comfortable.
SAU, Jeff, though, will get the football to start the third quarter, and the key is going to be not to let them go down and suddenly make it 28-14 and really be back in the football
Even
game.
though that was a long drive, they have a big play capability of scoring quickly, so if they can get within 2 touchdowns with most of the second half left, they'll be very dangerous the rest of the way.
Absolutely. At halftime, though, it is Ouachita Baptist University 28, Southern Arkansas University 7. That concludes the first half. Stay tuned for the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas halftime report. It's coming up next here on the Ouachita Football Network, presented by Visit Hot Springs.
Can you hear me?
Tiger Nation this weekend brings the reunion of Ouachita football players through the Ouachita Letterman's Club, which this year honors all teams from decades past. Ouachita is delighted to welcome players from the past 60 years of Tiger football. As I call your team year, gentlemen, let's give the Tiger Nation in the stands a wave. We have Tigers from 1951. Tigers from 1961. 1971. There they are. 1981. 1991. And 2001. Let's give them a warm Ouachita welcome. And we want to extend special recognition to one group in particular now gathered along the 50-yard line at the sideline, the 2011 Tiger football team. You see representatives of that team here today, and together they built the foundation for the success that Ouachita football enjoys today. Led by standout performances on both sides of the ball, the Tigers posted a 7-3 record that year and claimed the inaugural Great American Conference Championship. With that title, the 2011 team earned Ouachita's first championship at the NCAA level of competition, and the first championship of any kind for the program since 1982. The 2011 team earned distinctions beyond the regular season, including 13 All-Great American Conference honors and the GAC Offensive Player of the Year in quarterback Casey Cooper. 2 members of the 2011 squad were named in 2020 to the Great American Conference All-Decade Team. Coach Knight and his staff credit this team with setting a championship standard for Ouachita football and paving the way for all that was yet to come, including 4 more Great American Conference championships. Congratulations to these championship players. Thank you for your vital contributions to Ouachita and Tiger football, and welcome home, Tigers. Let's give them all a warm big hand as they take the field today, Tiger Nation. Here they are, your 2021 Ouachita Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of Drum Major Holly Barger. Today the band begins its second show of the season, a celebration of movies loved by our current students, a Generation Z Film Festival. Our opener today is music from one of the most successful book and film franchises of all time, the Harry Potter series, with music composed by legendary composer John Williams. We hope you enjoy our Harry Potter tribute.
And now please welcome the Washita cheerleaders to the field as they join the band and color guard
in Survivor's Eye of the Tiger, which was featured in one of Generation X's favorite movies, the 1983 hit Rocky III. We conclude this afternoon's performance by asking you now to get on your feet and join the Washita Marching Band and cheerleaders and cheer our Tigers on to another victory with the Washita Fight Song. the Ouachita Marching Band.
The Ouachita Marching Band is
Under the direction of Jim Lloyd. Drumline director is Ryan Lewis. Color guard director is Roya Lloyd. OBU director of bands is Dr. Craig Hamilton. We thank you as always for your support, and go Tigers!
What does amazing look like? A new life. A precious gift. A strong heartbeat. Odds defied. Faith in action. And 100 years of all our best. Baptist Health. Keep on amazing.
University Tigers. Score big with meat that is cut fresh daily, perfect for the grill, and enjoy lower prices on the freshest produce. Whether you're tailgating at Cliff Harris Stadium or watching the game at home, Brookshire's has the low prices on everything you need. In a hurry? Let us do the shopping for you with our convenient curbside online ordering and pickup. Brookshire's, your ultimate tailgating destination. Go Tigers and go Brookshire's.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger Football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
I'm Todd Knight, head football coach at Ouachita Tigers. When you're in Arkadelphia, come down to Main Street and support Java Primo, the biggest Ouachita Tiger fans in town.
If you're here, you must be ready to win. OBU starts you on your path to success. Malvern National Bank is there to help guide you through your success in life. Checking, savings, personal loans, business loans, mortgages, and more. Stop in any of our convenient locations to see how we can help you, or visit us online at mmbbank.com. Malvern National Bank is a proud sponsor of OBU football.
Another Great American Conference game underway right now. Reddies have just scored, and Henderson has a 10-7 lead on Arkansas Tech. Division I top 25 scores, Wisconsin and Purdue just underway. Wisconsin leads 7-0. These are finals. Number 2 Cincinnati holds on against Navy 27-20. Number 3 Oklahoma over Kansas 35-23. Number 6 Michigan defeats Northwestern 33-7. Coming up at 2:30, number 8 Oklahoma State at Iowa State. Let's take a look at the Church at Rock Creek first half statistics for Ouachita, leading 28-0 They had 13 first downs, and Southern Arkansas had 10. Ouachita runs for 118 yards, and they pass for 111 for a total of 229 yards. And for Southern Arkansas, they have just 7 yards on the ground, 99 yards through the air for a total of 106. Ouachita led by T.J. Cole on the ground. He has 13 carries for 86 yards, 3 touchdowns with a long run of 28 yards. Kendall Gibbons, 6 carries for 39 and a touchdown. And Grant Allen, solid first half, 9 of 12 through the air for 111 yards. He has thrown 1 interception. Connor Flanagan has been his main target, 4 catches for 60 yards. And Keith McKnight has 3 for 23. Waller, 1 catch for 22. And Swoboda, 1 for 6. On the defensive side of things for Ouachita, Andrew Hayes, 3 unassisted tackles, 4 assisted, for a total of 7. Dawson Miller is right behind him with 6 tackles. Guyman right in line behind him with 5, and Damian McDonald has 4. For Southern Arkansas, Jarique Scales, 7 carries for a total of only 25 yards. Hayden Mallory through the air is 12 of 19 for 99 yards. He has 1 interception and 1 touchdown. He has 2 receivers with 4 catches each. Micah Small with 4 for 39 yards, and Cole Williams has 4 for 36. That's the Church at Rock Creek statistics, and that concludes the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas halftime report. Second half play-by-play is coming your way next here on the Ouachita Football Network, presented by Visit Hot Springs.
Second half, Gabe Goodman punting and kicking today and doing a fine job in both departments. here's the voice of the Tigers, Rex Nelson.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff Root. As you said, Goodman kicking with the wind on what is now a partly cloudy afternoon. That kick will be returnable, though. It's taken at the 1, brought up over the 10, out over the 15, but only out to about the 20. Good coverage, Richard, by Washita.
Yeah, I think Washita, it's great defense to be able to kick it out of the back of the end zone so you don't have to worry about it, but normally has a pretty good coverage unit, so when it is kicked a little short, you kind of pick up an extra 5 yards or so there. Instead of the ball going to the 25-yard line, now it's down around the 20, 21-yard line.
From the 21, Mule Riders trailing 28-7 will move right to left in the third quarter of play. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They come out of the pistol this time. They give to Scales. Nice hole for Scales. Watch out. Over the 40 all the way out to the 42-yard line. My goodness, Jeff. Washita's Andrew Hayes finally has to come out of the secondary to make the tackle.
Really fine trap blocking and good speed by Scales. He's back in the game in a big way with his first big run of the day.
Yeah, they only had about 7 yards rushing in the first half. That was 21 yards to start the second half. From the 42, here come the Mule Riders. From the far hash mark, Mallory gives to Scales again. Scales again, a big hole. Boy, they've changed up the blocking or something here because this looks like a new Mule Rider team, Richard, all the way to the Washita 46.
Well, at halftime, the Scales only had 25 yards rushing. He's got more than that on these 2 carries right here. And so, yeah, they've changed something up. And Washita's going to have to adjust because Southern Arkansas's got to get back in it, but they got plenty of time. They can still run the football.
First down and 10. That's 12 more yards. So 33 yards on 2 carries. Third one, not quite as much. No gain.
Yeah,
Went to the well one time too many, Richard.
Yeah, the defensive line and linebackers were ready for it that time, and they got involved. You don't want secondary to have to make tackles on runs. That's what happened the last 2 plays. That time the front 7 got in there. Terrell Gibson, one of them. Also Austin Guyman in there. Looked like Hunter McCoy. So several Tigers in.
So now let's see if SAU goes back to the air on 2nd and 10 as they've moved quickly into Washita territory, trailing 28-7 in the third quarter. Out of the pistol again. Mallory will pass. No, he gives on the draw play, this time to Scales. Trying to turn the corner. Tries to leap and goes out of bounds on the far sideline. That's the SAU sideline at the 42. After all of that, Jeff, just a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6.
Almost comical. He jumped thinking the defender would go under him. He did not. Just waited for him to come down, and they went out of bounds together.
All right, big play here, Richard.
Yeah, big third down. Damian McDonald just comes off the field with his jersey ripped. That's somebody you'd like to see out there. A very good pass rusher. We'll see if this defensive line can get to Mallory.
Trips to the near side. 1 man to the far side on 3rd and 6. Mallory, straight drop, looking left. Can't find anybody open. Now he does, and it is almost intercepted. Greg Jr. did break it up, and we've got a flag down in the backfield. Are they going to call another roughing, Richard?
No, they're finally going to call the hold.
Finally,
they should have been. Did you hear the whole crowd a minute ago going, hold? And sure enough, they finally called it. Man, Greg Jr., what a great break on the ball. It would have been 4th down regardless, but he almost had that interception, but very good coverage. So the Washita defense makes the plays they needed to.
Great job by Greg Jr., as you said.
So Washita's
they are going to take the penalty and give them another 3rd down.
I kind of thought they would decline that, but it may have been 4-down territory.
I think it may have been.
Well, they went ahead and did that. This probably, if they stop them here, puts them in a punting situation.
So that moves it back into SAU territory at the 48, but now you have to make another stop, Jeff, on 3rd and 16.
You will have to, and you need to put some pressure on Mallory because when he's not pressed, he's very, very precise in his passing.
3rd down, 16 yards needed for a 1st down. 2 men split near side. 1 man far side. They give it up the middle. What was that all about? And it's only going to be down to the Washita 49, and it's 4th and 13.
Yeah, Anthony Freeman, the first one there. Jamerick Waller helped kind of clean up the tackle, and I think they saw that almost interception on the last play and just decided to play it safe. I'm a little surprised, though, but it is going to be 4th and they're going to punt the football. Flanagan's going to be back about the 15-yard line. It'd be nice to see if he can maybe get a decent return here.
You do have to watch for the fake again, although it was a disaster the last time they tried it. They are in Washita territory. Let's see if Connor Flanagan can get a return. They do kick it out of there this time. it is going to be allowed to bounce. The offense is going to have a long way to go, Jeff, but the defense does what we talked about, and that is get a stop to start this third quarter.
The Ouachita defense responded, made the punt happen, and now the offense has its opportunity. It has been a strong offense, 28-7 lead.
We'll pause, 28-7 Ouachita, 12:18 remaining in the third quarter. Ouachita football 2021 presented by Visit Hot Springs continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
12:18 left. We're early in the second half. Third quarter action. Ouachita 28, Southern Arkansas 7. SAU has punted, and Ouachita will have the possession.
Of course, Ouachita would love to score any way they can, Richard, but I know they would love to get that running game established and basically with a 3-possession lead, limit SAU's possessions. If you can get some 7-8 minute drives, it makes it very hard for SAU to come back just because they don't have enough possessions at that point.
I think they're going to. I mean, TJ Cole's been the bell cow today already with 86 yards, which of course put him over 1,000 yards. He's 16 yards over 1,000. And that's only on, 16 carries? So
yeah,
he's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. I think they're going to see a lot of him. But you look out there, Southern Arkansas looks like they've got another 6 to 7 man front out there.
Yeah, they've got 8 up on the line of scrimmage right now. Wow. They come out of the pistol, the Tigers do. They do give to T.J. Cole, and it's going to be up to the 20-yard line for a gain of 2. Second down and 8. From the 20.
It's one of those where they might stop him for a yard or two here and there, but if he gets past that 7 or 8, then all of a sudden it's 10 yards or so before he's touched by anybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we've kind of seen bear out so far in this game.
Yeah, if you can break that initial line of scrimmage, Jeff, it could be off to the races for a really long game.
We've also seen successful passes against this defense. Now they're going to change the defensive formation, go back to a normal set.
Yeah, now they do. Second down and 8, Ouachita. Let's see if Ouachita decides to pass here. They send Hayden Waller in motion from right to left. No, they go back to the ground, and it's not going to be much for T.J. Cole. Out to the 22. Boy, you really hate to go 3 and out on your first possession of the third quarter. Richard, they face a 3rd and 6. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, they'll be passing here, and we've seen a lot of times they've either gone to Flanagan on the crossing route or they've looked at a jump ball, although Waller is in the ball game. You got Waller and Tucker Swoboda. Both those guys are good at jump balls. Those are very those are plays Ouachita likes on third down because I think they're going to have to be passing here as they've got 4 wide receivers out.
3rd and 6, Tigers with 2 men split to either side. T.J. Cole set to the left of his quarterback as the Tigers move left to right in the third quarter of play. Pass down to the right side, one-on-one coverage and overthrown. Intended receiver was Hayden Waller, and Jeff, unfortunately for Ouachita, it's 3 and out on this first possession of the third quarter.
6 defenders coming at the quarterback. He let go of it a little bit early and threw it too far for Waller to get there.
Yeah, I think Southern Arkansas kind of knew what we knew. They like to go to Waller on third down. There were some other openings there, but Waller is a high percentage pass. I don't fault them for that. But got to do something to get this Ouachita crowd back in it. You know,
yeah,
they went up 28-0,
right now.
and then Southern Arkansas scores, and then it's halftime. Just really hadn't been much to get excited about.
No, they're dead right now on a hot afternoon. Let's see if the defense can come up with a big play. Here's the punt. It's a good one. It's going to be taken at the 29, returned out over the 30, gets away from a Tiger, goes out over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Very good return that time, Jeff, by Desmond Jones.
Oh, it looked like they'd have him at about the 32-yard line, made a nice move to get down the sideline, and then slipped and went down really by himself. Good field position for Southern Arkansas, their second possession of the second half.
Yeah, very good field position. So, Richard, you call on that Ouachita defense yet again in this third quarter.
Yeah, Ouachita's gotten 2 turnovers so far today, 1 from special teams, 1 from defense. Now would be a nice time to do that again.
First down and 10. SAU trailing Ouachita 28-7 with 10.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. SAU second possession. Mallory will pass on first down. Lots of time. Almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness, Richard, so close to the second interception of the afternoon. It was Kenta Jones.
Yeah, Kenta Jones was in perfect position there, and couldn't tell if before it got there, Rex, if Ty Compton might have tipped it a little bit, but that was good coverage that time. And 2nd and 10 now for the Mule Riders.
2nd down and 10. Let's see if Ouachita can get some pressure. They didn't put any pressure that time on the quarterback, Jeff.
And they got 4 linemen set up. They're expecting passing here, although Scales has been good running the ball in the second half.
Yeah, Scales is in the pistol, but they are going to pass. Mallory rolling to his right, setting up. He's being chased, throws it going out of bounds, and just had to throw that one away, Richard. That time they did have pressure, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, getting pressure that time for the Tigers. Looked like it was Jordan Rosenborough, a freshman from Missouri City, Texas. Haven't called his name a whole lot, but he was a linebacker that saw that rollout coming, and he closed down the gap pretty quickly, and Mallory just had to throw the ball away. And now 3rd and long, and crowd's starting to come alive a little bit maybe as we hear a few bells, but this could be a big play here. You stop it. You want to stop this play and get the ball back, or this 3rd down and get the ball back to the offense.
Absolutely. Big 3rd down play. 3rd and 10 Mule Riders working from their 43-yard line. Mallory looks right, passes right, incomplete. Threw it in there a little bit too hard, and may have been some of that footstep hearing because Terrell Gibson was coming hard, Jeff.
He was right there. Even if it had been completed, it would have been well short of the 1st down, so they're going to have to punt it away.
So 2 possessions and 2 stops for Ouachita as the offense will come back on now, Richard.
Yeah, the defense has rebounded from that last drive to end the first half well, and see if the offense can come out and put together a little something here. 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Ouachita leading 28-7, 10:22 remaining on the 3rd quarter clock this afternoon at Cliff Harris Stadium. Low snap. Tigers did not have the rush on, however. Going to be taken by Flanagan at the 20. Flanagan out over the 30. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2. He's out to the 35. Very nice return by the freshman, Connor Flanagan. Ouachita's going to have pretty good field position, Jeff, at its 35.
He is a lot of fun to watch, isn't he?
He
Flanagan,
is.
that good pass catcher at receiver, but what a good punt returner.
He missed a couple of games earlier in the season, Richard. It's nice to have him back.
Yeah, he came back quicker than I think we thought he might, and so good to have him back, and he looks basically full speed now.
We'll pause. 10:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Our score, Ouachita 28, Southern Arkansas 7. Ouachita Football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network. Tigers went 3 and out, Richard, on their first possession of this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the run game didn't really work, and then they tried to go deep to Hayden Waller on 3rd down, throw him a jump ball, and nothing there. But see what they can come out and do. They're still going to want to run the ball. We know that. They're going to have to. We've seen the whole game, though, and they've done a good job of this, mixing in passing every now and then, because Southern Arkansas, we thought they might come into the game, sell out to stop the run, and Rex, I think they've sold out to stop the run more than anybody we've seen. I have not seen some of the lines that they are, this 5, 6, 7-man defensive fronts like they've seen all year. But Ouachita's been able to put 28 points on the board despite that.
Kendall Givens now in at running back. Again, Ouachita probably will use all 4 of its running backs in this second half on what's turned out to be a hot afternoon, 84 degrees now in Arkadelphia. Here comes Givens as he carries up over the 30 up to the 38-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. And as I said, it sounds funny to talk about time management early in the 3rd quarter, but Ouachita with the lead, they know they're going to take their time. They like to work that clock down, and again, it's about limiting possessions for SAU.
It is. You don't want to give them too much time to get back into it. You like what the defense has done so far, but it's a hot day. You don't want them out on the field too much. 2nd down and 7. Let's see if the Tigers go upstairs as the sun pops back out. Setting up. Can't find anybody open, so Grant Allen's going to run for the 1st down, and he's going to easily have it out over the 45 to the 47. That was a good heads-up play by the
the sophomore quarterback, Jeff. He needed 7 yards for a first down. He got 9.
It was a nice sprint to the near side, and, even though he knew he might not beat that defensive back and run for a touchdown, he did make him take an extra move, a little extra step, and that got him the first down. Good move by Allen.
Yeah, it's all about moving those chains, getting that clock moving again. 9:15 left in the third quarter, 28-7, Ouachita. They come out of the pistol. Kendall Givens is the Ouachita running back. Givens looking for a hole, finding only the 49-yard line as he comes over left tackle. That's 2 yards, second down and 8 following the gain of 2 out to the 49. Ouachita on its side of the 50. Tigers in their purple helmets, purple jerseys, white numerals, and black pants today for this home game at Cliff Harris Stadium. They will come out of the pistol on 2nd and 8 from the 49. Tigers going left to right, set on the near hash mark. Givens, the freshman, and the sophomore quarterback's going to throw this time. Got a receiver down at the 32, caught. Coming up with the pass for Ouachita, Tucker Swoboda.
Yeah, just a back shoulder play that time, and just great timing. Swoboda turned around and knew when that ball was coming and able to make the catch. And I think Southern Arkansas was expecting that run again there, and they had man-on-man coverage on the outside with Swoboda, and I think Ouachita will take that matchup anytime.
First down and 10. Now they're going to come back with the Wildcat, Jeff, and it'll be T.J. Cole back in the game.
Cole is back in, Edwards in to block.
Isaac Edwards set to his left. T.J. Cole running the Wildcat. Big Ouachita offensive line opens up a bit of a hole for him as he bulls inside the 30 to the 29. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 29. And again, if you can end with 7, Richard, exactly the kind of drive you want because they are running the clock. We're already down to the 7:35 point of the third quarter.
Yeah, and they're mixing in the run and pass well, and that's what we talked about. You're going to have to mix it in a little bit because look at it right now. Southern Arkansas has got everybody within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 7. T.J. Cole breaks that line of scrimmage and goes forward down to the 25-yard line.
One thing's for sure. Those yards Cole's getting today, he is earning them.
Yes, he really is. He was carrying, Jeff, 2 mule riders with him that time. It's 3rd and 3.
In a crowd after a hit, he kept his feet, got 2 extra strides, and made 2 extra yards. Good, tough running by Cole.
3rd down and 3. Big play here. See if the Tigers can get a fresh set of downs as they bring in Givens now to run the Wildcat. McKnight in motion right to left. Long snap count. Givens is going to go right. He's got a hole. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 15. That big bowling ball rolls all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Just ran through some arm tackles that time. And, again, that's a patient run. A little bit of a counter for the direct snaps. He took a step one way, waited for the 2 pullers. It looked like the left guard Stafford and then also a tight end pulling and just went in there behind him. And all that they were able to get is arms on him. And you can't pull down Kendall Givens with arms. And he motors ahead for several yards
that
after
was
the first
10
down.
yards on 3rd and 3. He picked up 10. Now Givens will come out of the pistol. I would expect him to get it again. He does. Over right tackle. Cuts outside to the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2. Is he in? He is. Give him 6. Touchdown. Kendall Givens, his 17th of the season.
Dr. Root, I think we think of him as the big guy, but that cut he made at the line of scrimmage was impressive. That jump cut out to the right, and that sent him on his way to the end zone.
He's got great lateral movement. We've celebrated Cole.
Yeah.
Cole has hit 1,000 yards today. Well, Givens, the backup running back, has hit 500 himself.
Actually, his 18th rushing touchdown. He leads the nation in rushing touchdowns. And, Jeff, they've gotten back those 7 that the defense gave up right before halftime.
Goodman perfect on the extra point. Ouachita in control once again.
6:07 left to go in the third quarter. Our score, Ouachita 35, Southern Arkansas 7. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really,
It's Washita. Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Punt return by Flanagan, set up a 65-yard drive. It took Washita 8 plays to score. Givens got the touchdown. Washita 35, Southern Arkansas 7, 6:07 left in the third quarter.
Here is the kick, and with the wind, that one carries in the air, Jeff, all the way out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it hit the end line back there. That's a tremendous kickoff by Goodman.
So first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Here come the Mule Riders as they now trail Washita 35-7, 6:07, and again, just what the doctor ordered for Washita. I'll harp on it, Richard, and that is not only was it 7, but it 8 crucial minutes off the clock.
Yeah, it did. As they got that ball with about, was it 10:22 left to go, and it's 6:07 now before in the third quarter before Southern Arkansas gets the ball back, and they're back down by 28 points. So keep your foot on the throttle.
First down and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. Mallory's going to be passing. Comes right side, knocked away. Good play. Now they're going to call a interference on Andrew Hayes.
That's a late one. I should have said foot on the gas.
Very late, yeah.
That's late coming in from the back judge.
Just don't say left lane pedal down.
I didn't say that.
Doesn't
I didn't
work.
say that.
That doesn't work in football.
You just don't want to basically say we don't want to give them a chance to get back into it here.
And so an interference on Washita. Boy, there have been some really late flags in this football game. Not to say they're not deserved. They're just late coming in. So that'll be a first down for SAU. A spot foul, so that'll give them a first down out at the 30-yard line.
Well, I did watch the quick replay. He threw it pretty fast, but he had to throw it 30 yards, so it took a while for it to land down there.
Yeah. First down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line, out of the pistol. See if Mallory's passing on first down. He is. Sets up. In trouble. Sacked! Back at the 22-yard line. Leading the way for Washita that time, Anthony Freeman.
That's the third time Freeman's been on a sack. He might not get full credit for all of them, but Yarbrough also there for the Tigers. Man, Freeman is having himself a ball game, and Southern Arkansas having trouble protecting Mallory right now.
Yeah, Freeman had already at halftime several sacks. Boy, he is having a ball game. Second down and 18, so you can expect the Riders to be passing again. Setting up. Now it's the shuttle pass. It is going to be called incomplete. Was past the line of scrimmage, and so
looked like it kind of got hung up in there for a little while, kind of bouncing around. That's dangerous.
I was going to say, if that ball's behind the line of scrimmage, that's a free ball at that point,
it was.
Richard.
Well, it was forward pass, so I think it would have still been an incomplete pass, but it was bouncing around some linemen and defensive linemen there.
Last 5 pass attempts, 4 incompletions and a sack.
Wow. All right, let's see if they can get a stop here on third down and 18 for the Riders. Mallory, again, out of the pistol, straight drop back, in trouble, got a man across the middle, and a great open field tackle made at the 27-yard line, and SAU is going to have to punt the football away, Richard.
And give credit to Freeman again, because, Rex, they ran a twist that time, and he was running unblocked right at Mallory, so he might have wanted to go deeper. He had to dump that off short, and that never had a chance, and man, Flanagan, he's going to catch it with good field position here. You might see him do something fun with it here.
Fourth down, Jeff. Washita should have very good field position.
And he's going to kick into a heavy, heavy wind.
Yeah, he is kicking into the wind. Washita leading 35-7, about to get the football back. They've got the return on, not much of a rush. He will fair catch because it's going to be great field position as it is, and Washita will start just 58 yards away from the promised land as they'll have it at their 42-yard line.
That punt got high. Flanagan did the right thing and called him for the fair catch.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah, you don't want to take any chances with this lead. In fact, they're going to put it at the 43 now, so only 57 yards away for Washita. Let's see if they can add to a 35-7 lead with 4:32 left to go in this third quarter of play. Tigers come out of the pistol. TJ Cole, the junior, the running back. Grant Allen hands off to him. Cole's got running room around right side. He's up to the 50. He's to the 49 of SAU. You are just not going to arm tackle him, Jeff.
No, that's the truth. They held on, and finally a arm around the leg brought him down, but only after he ran over one defender and fighting off another. He just does nudge it into SAU territory.
Yeah, Melvin Smith made the tackle, but definitely got the worst end of that one.
Second down and 2 from the SAU 49-yard line. Tigers moving left to right. Give to T.J. Cole, first down and more. Down to the 45-yard line. And now this is where you're going to see multiple running backs for Ouachita. Lots of running and lots of eating the clock here.
Well, this is the kind of drive for Ouachita where you want to say this is just where we're going to take the heart and fight out of them, go down and just run it down their throat and go score. And we've seen that several times this year. A long way to go still in this one. They've still got 49 yards to go, but this is that shaping up to be that type of drive late in the third quarter.
Yeah, 44 yards as they set up on the 44 of Southern Arkansas University. There is the give to Cole. He bobbled the football that time and is going to lose yardage.
Now Jeff, it's 49.
You were just you were prescient there, Richard, to use a big word. Actually, back to the 48, but Jeff, it is going to be 2nd and 14 now as he had a hard time getting a handle on the football.
Sun coming out and then going behind a cloud, but it is a warm day for late October. That works in Ouachita's favor.
Yeah, it does. This offensive line is a big one, and Ouachita's got lots of running backs they can use. So you see Kendall Givens in there now on 2nd and 14. Grant Allen, the sophomore quarterback, they don't get the snap off.
Well, it's not a delay of game. There's still 8 seconds left on the play clock.
Let's see what the call is. SAU call timeout.
Well, SAU had a lot of players on and off. Maybe a legal substitution, but they still had time to get players on or off.
All right, we're a few minutes after the top of the hour. Let's pause for station identification on this, the Ouachita Football Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Two minutes, 48 seconds left. Third quarter, Ouachita 35, Southern Arkansas 7. SAU did call timeout, so there was no penalty on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 14, Ouachita working from the 48. Again, temperature has gone into the 80s on this October the 23rd. So a hot afternoon for late October and pretty humid also. So really expect Ouachita to keep throwing fresh running backs. We may see Zaylen Falls, may see Isaac Edwards later in the second half, Jeff, and just depend on that big offensive line to keep opening holes, keep possession of the football, and again, run clock run with a 35-7 lead.
All four are really fine running back. Edwards, of course, player of the week in the conference a few weeks ago. Cole has gone over 1,000 yards today. Givens has gone over 500 yards today.
They decide to have another halftime, Richard. This is the longest timeout I've ever seen.
They are talking. I've never seen a timeout this long. They're talking a long time. I don't think either team's really complaining too much about it. But
I said it's hot and humid. Yeah, they're not complaining.
It is windy, so that does help it feel a little bit better out there. But that's played a bit more of a role in this game too, I think, than we expected it would, Rex. Because you think about wind in Oklahoma, you don't think about wind as much in the Arkansas games.
No, the flag looks like an Oklahoma game.
And it did that at Monticello last week too. It's just been kind of a windy year.
It's been a windy year. It's windy on this broadcast always, right, Jeff? A lot of hot air here. 2nd down and 14, Ouachita from the 48. Allen can't find anybody open. He's going to run. He's got good running room. 35, 30, inside the 20. Grant Allen, what a quarterback keeper all the way to the 17, and Ouachita's in the red zone.
Well, did we mention the quarterback can run too? What a beautiful run by Allen. He didn't slide. He didn't just decide to take a first down. He kept going, and he kept going, and he kept going, and they're in the red zone.
And great blocking downfield from, you say, TJ Cole was down there. Hunter Swoboda was down there. The receivers are blocking. I think it may have been a called quarterback run, but there was so much pressure you couldn't tell he had to run pretty quickly. And Just great blocking all the way around.
31-yard gain that time by the quarterback. Now they go to the Wildcat. Here's T.J. Cole. Cole down to the 10, carrying Mule Riders with him to the 3. I mean, he was just carrying a man on his back.
He was. He got hit about the 10, and he gets down to what, the 3, 4 or something. That looks like they're going to give him the 4. He was just carrying him, and, he's going to check out a ball game. He's got 3 touchdowns. I think he wanted his 4th there, Rex.
Yeah, I think he did. But they're going to bring in Kendall Givens, who already has a couple today. So this could be his 19th rushing touchdown, right? Here comes Givens. Givens to the 2. Givens to the 1. Givens to the promised land. Give him 19.
3 touchdowns on the day for Givens, 3 for T.J. Cole, and Ouachita's cranking on all cylinders now.
Wow. So the Tigers add 6 more, and Gabe Goodman will come back on. That's amazing. 19 rushing touchdowns for a freshman, Richard.
Now, I think the Ouachita record, I'd have to look, was maybe Drew Harris or Brockton
25,
Brown.
Brockton Brown, I believe.
And he's going to threaten it.
He could threaten that. Yep,
Yeah.
It's good. Wow. Minute 37 left, third quarter. Ouachita Baptist University 42. Southern Arkansas University 7. Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Springs, continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in Arkadelphia in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
1:37 left, third quarter. Ouachita's dominated the third quarter. SAU had the ball first, but could not score to put this into a situation where we'd have a game through the second half. Instead, Ouachita's taken over 42-7 the score.
So you've got, as this one goes again out of the back of the end zone, Richard, you've got 2 running backs with 3 touchdowns each, but the key to that drive was a 31-yard keeper by your quarterback.
Yeah, and you got the running backs out in front of that doing a great job blocking, and that's the thing you like to see, a great team effort. I did check. You're right. Brockton Brown, number 1 with 25 rushing touchdowns. And
so he's just 6 away from tying
He's
the
averaging
record.
about 3 a game.
And has 3 more regular season games after today.
Yeah, I was thinking Drew Harris, but he's the single season record for scoring because he had receiving and rushing that one year in 2017. He scored 156 points that year.
First down and 10 from the 25. Mallory, straight drop back. Goes right side, got a receiver, out over the 35, out over the 40. Nice job of running after the catch out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a first down for SAU.
Ouachita sent in a little bit of zone that time, so as Mallory rolled to the near side here, his left side, they kind of rolled with him, and that left the receiver open on the receiver Williams open on the back side, that far right. So kind of throw back across the field. That's what opened that one up.
Yeah, that was Cole Williams. That was a 20-yard gain on the first play of the drive. Mule Riders moving right to left in the final minute of the third quarter. A minute left in the third quarter. Ouachita leading 42-7. Mallory, straight drop, going right side. Good coverage, but caught. Wow, at the Ouachita 37-yard line. And again, Jeff, it is Cole Williams.
I think they called him
out of bounds. They said out of bounds. Okay.
It was a heck of a catch.
It was a great catch. Jeff, I was going to say, Ouachita had good coverage on the play.
Williams is having a very good game. It couldn't come down inbounds that time, so Ouachita gets another chance, and Williams will check out and catch a breather.
I mean, that was a perfectly thrown ball to get that above Austin Guyman, who's a tall linebacker, but great catch. Great pass, just went out of bounds.
You could not fault the coverage at all that time. Just a beautiful catch. But as you said, out of bounds. So second down and 10, Riders working from the 45-yard line. Mallory looks right side, pumps, can't find anybody open. Now looks left side, now goes down the middle of the field and dropped too hard. Intended receiver on the play was Trent Franklin, the sophomore from Haynesville, Louisiana. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 45. So we'll see if Ouachita's defense can get a stop and force another punt here with 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ouachita leading 42-7. That lead was 28-7 at halftime. So the Tigers have outscored the Riders 14-0 thus far here in the second half. Mallory probably going to be passing again on 3rd and long. He is. Sets up. Goes right side. Incomplete. Good coverage down there by Ouachita's Andrew Hayes, the sophomore out of Bryant. And on 4th down and 10, Ouachita will get the football back.
Just try to go back shoulder throw that time, and the timing just a little bit off. But you're right, Hayes was running with him step for step, and going to be another punting situation here for Southern Arkansas.
Boy, a really nice third quarter, Jeff. We wondered if they would answer after that late SAU touchdown, and they did.
Good job by the defense to set the stage by holding Southern Arkansas on its first possession, and then the offense took over.
Another punt for the Mule Riders. Ouachita, the return on again, and just a fair catch with the big lead. Connor Flanagan knows better than to try anything crazy and maybe cough the football up. So he fair catches it at the 17-yard line, and Ouachita will bring its offense back on. And I predict, Dr. Root, a lot of running and a lot of running the clock if they can get first downs.
And we see Eli Livingston checking in now at quarterback.
Yep, Eli Livingston, the freshman from Batesville, and we see Zaylon Falls in there at running back. He's a freshman out of Camden Harmony Grove. The thing about Falls is there's not much fall off in running backs when you get to that point,
No,
Richard.
especially with the big playability he's got.
Oh, absolutely. That is one exciting running back. So 1st down and 10, Livingston the quarterback. Falls, now we got motion on Ouachita. So illegal procedure. Move Ouachita back to the 22 where it'll be 1st down and 15. I still think they'll go back to the running game here. Got some new linemen in there too, so a quick 5-yard penalty as Ouachita already in the third quarter putting in a number of young people here. Freshman quarterback Eli Livingston gives to Falls. Falls has some running room. Falls carrying folks with him up over the 15 to the 16, to the 16-yard line. So from the 12 to the 16, it'll be 2nd down and 11.
I think they are still going to throw the ball here with Livingston, especially in this situation. They need to still keep stringing first downs together.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll wait and let the clock run out here to end the third quarter, though.
Yep. 13, they're going to let this thing run out. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter with Ouachita holding a commanding lead. We go to the fourth quarter of play. It's Ouachita Baptist University 42, Southern Arkansas University 7. Ouachita football 2021 presented by Visit Hot Springs continues from Cliff Harris Stadium in Arkadelphia in 60 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are on your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Coming at all.
Michael
and
loves
I'm not complaining. Are you?
Well, Cliff Harris Stadium is right here amongst the trees near the Ouachita River. The trees are turning, leaves are beautiful, but the most beautiful thing right now might just be the scoreboard. It's Ouachita 42, Southern Arkansas 7, and we're back to action with the fourth quarter.
Ouachita has outgained SAU 229-31 on the ground, 130 to 123 through the air. So, Richard, 52 plays, 359 for Ouachita, 53 and only 154 for SAU.
Ouachita's run one less play than SAU and outgaining them by that much. That's impressive.
Wow, it really is. Second down and 11 now for Ouachita. Livingston will come out of the shotgun on second and long. See if they're going to let him pass here. They are. He sets up. Can't find anybody open. He's got running room. He's out over the 30. He's out to the 35. He's still going out to the 39-yard line. That, Jeff, is a 23-yard gain.
Okay, caught by a Ouachita coach as he hit the sideline. A beautiful run. They never did knock him down. Livingston shows he's got some wheels as well.
Livingston, a freshman out of Batesville. Like I said, they're just not much fall off, Richard, here. Ouachita's so deep on offense.
They really, and that's not just the quarterback or running back. They've got good offensive linemen, good tight ends everywhere out there.
First down and 10. Ouachita, they're going to mark it now back at the 37 where they stay. He stepped out of bounds. Gain of 1 for Zaylen Falls to the 38, and it'll bring up second down and 9. But as long as you can keep getting first downs, as long as you can keep running the football, you keep running that clock, Jeff, and now we're under the 14-minute mark.
They would like to keep it on the ground. Falls, Livingston, lots of blockers in.
Second down and 9 from the 38. They come out of the pistol. Livingston, the quarterback. Zaylen Falls out of Camden Harmony Grove, your running back. Falls, breaks a tackle, does a juke, and goes to the 43-yard line. That was a nice little move.
Rayvon Ingram had him dead to rights in the backfield, and Falls just, easily sidesteps him with a quick juke. Some people have juke. Other guys have as quick as Falls did, and Ingram never had a chance, and he picks up some extra yards. And very manageable third down here.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those, you can keep it on the ground, you can throw. The playbook's open.
Yeah, third down, about 3.5 yards is what they need for a first down. I would think they'd keep it on the ground. Let's see. They do. No, they're going to throw. They do come out of the shotgun. Tried to get it to Falls. He can't hang on. That pass was a little bit too hard from Livingston, so Ouachita will have to punt the football now.
That was a dangerous pass, too. The linebacker also got his hands in there, and that was going nowhere. Even if he caught it, it looks like he'd be going out of bounds when he caught it. And so Ouachita's going to have to punt here, but good punt can possibly pin SAU back inside the 20-yard line.
Punting against the wind, however, Gabe Goodman, the freshman from Arkadelphia, he will set up back at his 30-yard line. See if Goodman can get a high one out of there. Low snap. Gets it up off the ground. Not a long punt, but we've got whistles, so he's going to get to do it again.
Yeah, they blew whistles as he was punting. You think that might throw him off a little bit. Oh, he caught the punt. The snap was low, and he had to put his knee down to catch it.
So SAU's going to have the ball at the 30-yard line of Ouachita. Holy cow.
Of course, he's not used to punting, so that's something he's not used to having to go down and do. But snap just too low, and so Southern Arkansas are going to have good field position.
All right, so let's see what this defense can do as they try to stand up here. Ouachita leading 42-7, but would love to stop SAU when the Mule Riders start only 30 yards away. First down and 10. Ball at the Ouachita 30-yard line. Give right side, and it's going to be a gain down to the 25. O.B. Jones now in at quarterback. He is a sophomore from Tatum, Texas. So the Mule Riders bringing in some fresh folks now on a very hot, humid October afternoon. Second down and 5. Jones, the quarterback. Running back is Blake May. We did see May for a few plays in the first half. Jones gives to May. No, Jones keeps. He fakes to May. He's got good running room. He's going to go all the way down to the 11-yard line. Gain of 14 on the play, and it'll be first down and 10, SAU at the 11.
O.B. Jones, a 6'1", 195-pound quarterback, kind of lanky, and you could see had some speed that time as he got around the edge, that time able to pick up the first down.
These defensive coaches coaching hard down there, Jeff, though. They don't want to give up any more points.
That's exactly right. Lots of fourth quarter left. The young guys are going to get a lot of experience.
First down and 10. Ball at the 11-yard line of Ouachita. This time May does get the call, and he's wrapped up immediately by Ouachita's Terrell Gibson. Gibson, the fine senior out of Junction City.
Yeah, and he really had nowhere to go you're right. Ouachita does not want to give up another touchdown here. They want to force a field goal or a turnover or something, and that's just what you want to see out of a winning team. You want to see some pride out there still.
Second down and 11 now needed for a first down for SAU. Mule Riders work from the 12-yard line of Ouachita. May set behind his quarterback. Jones, bad snap. Jones in trouble. Rolling to his right, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds all the way back at the 18-yard line. So now, Jeff, it's going to be third down and about 17 needed for a first down.
Well, he might get a chance to throw his first pass. We've seen him run well, but with this distance, we might see him put the ball in the air.
Yeah, he's got to get it down to between the 2 and the 1 yard line to get a first down. So he'll be throwing it into the end zone this time, supposedly. Jones, new quarterback for SAU. Again, he fumbles the snap. And again, he's going to be tackled. This time, back at the 21. They're going backward, Jeff.
Well, he just reached for it and then took his eye off it. Tried to look downfield for his receivers before he really had the football. It slipped again out of his hands. It rolled forward. He picked it up but had nowhere to go, and it's fourth down.
Yeah, what do you call on 4th and 20,
Yeah,
Richard?
I think they're basically fourth and goal because the first down's at the 2 or 3 yard line, so they're going for the end zone.
Maybe even a little bit inside the 2. Yeah.
Well, they got to catch the snap first. It wasn't that bad.
He's got to get a pass off.
Yeah.
So fourth down, let's see if the Ouachita defense can get the stop. Jones rolling to his left. Now he gives on the delayed handoff. Carry up the middle, and it's going to be short of the first down. A gang of Tigers make the tackle down at the 5 yard line, and Ouachita has held SAU. What the heck? and Cliff Harris comes in. Hello, Cliff. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Looking forward to seeing you at the Touchdown Club on Monday. Good point. Give him a headset right quick. I can talk to you right quick. Man, what an effort by the Tigers today.
Boy,
you bring good luck.
It's been unbelievable. They've kept a steady pressure on them all day.
They really have. Defense has played well. Offense has played well as they go to that running game. Gain about 5 yards here out to the 13-yard line. But, again, if you get a chance to come to Little Rock, Cliff will be speaking to the Little Rock Touchdown Club. You may have heard him in the background. Drew Pearson always, and Drew does like to talk, so I hope you can get a few words.
No,
in.
Drew's my good friend. I'm so happy to see him in the Hall of Fame, and we're going to have a really good time at the Touchdown Club.
I
know you guys are busy here, so we're calling a game.
All right. Well, 2 of our new gold jackets. Keep you on just a second here. Here is the give. That's Isaac Edwards. Edwards this time will be stopped at the 9 yard line, and it'll bring up third down. Of course, Cliff, your class last year got put off by COVID, so you and Drew go in on the same weekend, but on different nights. It was a very different year in Canton this year with 2 classes going in.
So we went in, and I went to Drew's enshrinement, and he came to mine, and it was a great experience.
Oh.
He's a great player with intensity and passion and a lot of words.
Just like you, intensity and passion. And these Tigers have shown intensity and passion here today. Let's see what the freshman quarterback Livingston can do.
Holy cow.
Going down right side. Almost called.
Sorry.
Incomplete. Cliff Harris on color there. Intended receiver on the play was Kamontre McKnight. Ouachita had to put it away. Oh, that's fine.
That's good.
We're having fun now.
Yeah, that's good.
SAU, good. Of course, one of the old rivalries from your AIC days.
That's right.
You always like to put it on the old rivals, especially, Cliff.
The old Mule Riders, right? So that's right. We used to go down to Magnolia.
Coach Rip Powell back in your days, you remember.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Stan May was quarterback.
Yep, absolutely.
He's with the FCA.
Yeah, absolutely. Some great teams back in those days. Here is the punt by Goodman. Gabe Goodman's punt. Oh, it takes an SAU bounce, so the Mule Riders are going to have good field position at the Ouachita 34. Well, Cliff, we will see you Monday.
Good deal.
Good luck.
I look forward to seeing
Thank you for
everybody.
being here.
You know,
it's always great to have you in the house.
It's great to be here. It's so much fun to come up here at Cliff Harris Stadium and watch Ouachita Tigers win these games. I like it.
And Cliff Harris saved us at Cliff Harris Stadium earlier this year. We had a 90-minute rain delay, and he spent 50 of them with us on the air. And I had more positive comments. It probably says how bad my play-by-play is because everybody enjoyed the interview more. But, Cliff, thank you again for that. I had more positive comments on that interview.
Anytime you need 90 minutes, I'm there for you.
All right, good deal. Yeah, we can't do much in life anymore, but we can fill airtime.
Fill airtime. That's a good thing to do. Thank you. All right,
Hall of Famer Cliff Harris.
Your dad and my dad have been proud of us.
Yeah, absolutely, they would be.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Cliff. What a pleasant surprise to have that drop by. Now, how many broadcast crews at any level in college football have a member of the NFL Pro Hall of Fame just kind of drop by the broadcast?
Oh, it's not a bad thing at all, is it, Rex? That's very, very nice. And what's also nice is he's recognized at the home games when he's here, which is almost every game.
He comes
and
to most of the home
loves
games.
it. The crowd responds
absolutely.
to him. The players, I think, respond to him so well.
Yeah, always good to have Cliff. And what an incredible record Ouachita has here, Richard, just since this new Cliff Harris Stadium opened back in 2014. 3 undefeated regular seasons since this stadium opened.
Well, there's a direct correlation, too. I mean, you think about recruiting. It's a whole lot easier to recruit to this beautiful stadium, especially with Ouachita winning. You combine those two, and so there is a direct correlation there.
First down and 10, SAU following the short punt. Mule Riders work from the Ouachita 34-yard line. They come out of the pistol. Jones again having trouble with the snap. He rolls back to his left. He's in trouble. Now he's able to turn the corner and get some positive yardage. But, Jeff, what is it about this guy that he can't get a snap? O.B. Jones.
Yeah, a couple of those I thought were his fault. That one was a wide snap. He did kind of tip it to himself and then was able to run for yardage to the far side. Tell you what, he's very athletic. I don't think he has much experience yet, so this is a key for him to get some experience as Mallory is a senior.
Ouachita leads 42-7, 8:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Jones looking to pass, sets up, hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Streaking across the middle of the field, the intended receiver on the play was Kendall Reed, a sophomore from Texas High in Texarkana, Texas, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 32. That will stop the clock with 7:57 left in the fourth quarter. This is a proud defense, though, Richard. They would dearly love to hold SAU to 7 points in this football game.
Yeah, and he had Reed open down the middle because the defensive line pressure, though, they hit him as he threw it. That pass was incomplete. It sailed on him a little bit.
On 3rd down and 8, Jones is going to give off on the ground. Some positive running room, though, and that's close to a first down. They're going to mark it just short at the 25-yard line. 4th and 1, though, Jeff, you would certainly think SAU going for it here, trailing 42-7.
I don't have any doubt about it. Might see Jones keeping himself, or he may hand off again.
His running back that's in there now is Jonathan Lewis, a freshman out of Houston, Texas. So 4th and 1. Let's see if Jones keeps it or hands off on 4th down. 4th and 1, Riders trailing 42-7, trying to add a few points here late. Jones gives left side, and they blew it up. They blew it up. Tigers hold again on 4th down as Ouachita just flew through there. It's Anthony Freeman again. What a day he has had.
Yeah, and he's playing that defensive end, and he just pinched down inside so quick, much faster than the offensive tackle could hold with him, and he blew it up, as you said, and that play never had a chance. There. Anthony Freeman's had a whale of a football game today.
So Ouachita, Jeff, has now stopped SAU deep twice on 4th downs.
Beautiful work by Freeman. What a defense this is turning into.
1st down and 10, Ouachita is Eli Livingston back in there. Zaylen Falls, the running back. Somebody missed a block, and Falls is going to lose yardage.
Yeah, Brock Floyd did exactly what Freeman did that time, and Falls never had a chance. But 6:50 left to go on this one. Ouachita's going to try and keep that clock running.
Y'all ready for a little ciphering? Since losing to Harding, Ouachita has now outscored its next 4 opponents 170-34.
Is that good?
170-34. Let that sink in, Dr. Root.
Well, we've seen some great work by the defense. They have improved as the year has gone on, and the offense has just become as consistent as can possibly be. Both offense and defense really hitting on all cylinders right now, and the younger guys getting some experience making a few mistakes.
And getting some penalties also. It's going to be 5 more yards against Ouachita.
Well, and I think
Jeff, it seems like we've done entire Ouachita seasons where we didn't score 170 points.
Yeah, I think that's true. You know, it's not that they're having some kind of wild passing offense. They're running the ball. They're just doing it successfully, and now the passing game is getting better and better.
Well, and give credit to the defense. Southern Arkansas comes into this game averaging 29 points a game, almost 30 points a game, and they've only scored 7 so
And they've only got 7. Boy, this has been a complete game for Ouachita. Subs in now. 2nd and 20, though. Zaylen Falls has got some running room, and he's out over the 25 to the 27. It'll bring up 3rd and 12, and I would think they would just give it to Falls again. Like you said, this guy has got that look of somebody who can break a long one on any play, Richard.
He's one of those guys, too. They haven't done it much this year, really at all this year. They've thrown a screen or 2 to T.J. Cole, but I want to see a screen to Zaylon Falls sometimes, get him in the open field and just see what he can do.
They'll mark it back at the 26, actually, so call it 3rd and 13 now. Livingston's going to pass. Sets up, comes right side, and it is incomplete, and Ouachita will have to punt again. Intended receiver that time for Ouachita was Ryan Perdue, the senior. And so 4th down, Jeff, and the Riders will get it back, but we're down to 5.5 minutes with a 42-7 Ouachita lead.
Purdue's an interesting guy. He's from Fairbanks, Alaska, transferred from Mississippi Valley State as a senior. He hung around this year so he get to play since he lost last year to COVID. He's also the voice of a couple of the commercials that we run online. Really talented young man.
Very much so. Here is the snap. The punt is out of there. High punt. Let's see if it takes a Ouachita bounce. Well, it's caught, actually, by Hayden Laster down there. Fields the punt.
That's a tough catch. He caught it over the back of his shoulder. I mean, you don't worry about fumbling
Senior
there.
showing out,
I mean, he caught it over his shoulder, Willie Mays style that time. But
Senior Hayden Lassiter showing out. And so we will pause. It's having fun on the home side. 5:25 left of this one. Ouachita Baptist University 42. Southern Arkansas University 7, Ouachita football 2021, presented by Visit Hot Springs, continues in 30 seconds here on the Ouachita Football Network.
What does amazing look like? A century of inspiration. 180 pounds healthier. 5 steps forward. Countless miracles, 1 faithful mission, and 100 years of all our best. Baptist Health, keep on amazing.
Left in the contest, Ouachita has a commanding lead and ball 45-yard line. We're going to see a few more running plays before this is over.
You know, there are, going into the day, 4 teams tied for the lead. Henderson, Ouachita, Harding, Southeastern Oklahoma. Ouachita, we know, will still be tied for the lead. And it would be tempting to look forward to 2 weeks from now and 3 weeks from now, because you've got 2 of those other teams you're tied with, Southeastern Oklahoma and Henderson. But you can't overlook anybody, Jeff, so we'll just look to Ada, Oklahoma next Saturday.
Well, the coaches and the team, they do such a good job of treating every game the same and never overlooking anyone. We expect them to continue to play very well all 3 of those games.
1st down and 10. Jones looking to pass. Can't find anybody. He's going to run for positive yardage now. Goes down the sideline, inside the 50, inside the 45 to the Ouachita 44-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Southern Arkansas. O.B. Jones, the sophomore. Yeah, Todd Knight, I guarantee you on his pregame show, he'll make East Central Oklahoma sound like the #1 team in the country, Richard.
Well, they have definitely improved
They've got talent
over the last few years. Yes.
They really have. Jones passing right side, caught down at the 35 of Ouachita. Nope, they said he was bobbling it, going out of bounds. Good coverage that time, Richard, by John Williams, who is a sophomore out of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, he was juggling that pass, but that was mainly because John Williams hit him as the pass got there, so he never had a chance to make a clean catch. And so goes out of bounds and incomplete.
2nd down and 10. Lots of young people in there on defense now for Ouachita. Tigers lead 42-7. 4:55 left in the fourth quarter. Jones, the quarterback for Southern Arkansas University. One running back to his right. Jones looking to pass again. In trouble, and he's going to be sacked back at the 47-yard line. Coming in for Ouachita, Ricky Rogers Jr. from Arkadelphia.
What a nice play from Ricky Rogers Jr. His dad is the dean of students, former wide receiver for Ouachita, and his son just made a big play.
I was going to say his dad was quite a player, wasn't he?
He sure was.
And so now 2nd down and long, or 3rd down and long, ball back at the 46-yard line. So on 3rd down from the 46, let's see what Jones does. Straight drop back, shuttle pass up the middle, but tracked down from behind at the 49-yard line. So from the 49, it's going to be 4th down now and long. You've got it 4th, right, Jeff? The box is wrong over there.
It is 4th down.
Now they changed it. They had it on 2nd down on that last play. So 4th and 15 from the Ouachita 49. And Ouachita will have Connor Flanagan back deep to receive. Richard goes down to talk to Todd Knight and some of the Ouachita players at the end of what has been a great afternoon for Ouachita football. Ouachita came in ranked number 7 in the country, and they looked like it today. Flanagan will fair catch the ball down at the 17-yard line. 1st down and 10 Ouachita's. They'll try to get a couple of first downs and just run out this clock. We'll bring back in Michael Westbrook. Michael, what a great day for Ouachita, both offensively, defensively, and let's throw in the special teams.
All 3 phases today. Certainly on defense, they had the scouting report pegged perfectly. They did not allow SAU to run the football, and they slowed down the passing game when they needed to.
Now they got freshman Isaac Edwards in there running the Wildcat, and we know this young man can break a long one. We saw it a few weeks ago, Jeff.
Checking as the blocking back is Brock Howard.
We saw Isaac Edwards break a long one against Northwestern Oklahoma 3 weeks ago on a homecoming afternoon here at Cliff Harris Stadium. And all kinds of movement. I tell you, got a lot of young people out there. That was quite frankly ugly, Michael.
Got some motion. The penalty against Ouachita. Yeah, that not great there.
1st down and 15. It looked like the Keystone Cops there, Jeff. You had people going about 6 different directions, so we knew the flag was coming.
Yeah, that play's not supposed to be that complicated, is it?
No, it's not. Tell you, got a lot of young people in there, but we can laugh now because, boy, those starters, what a game they played today. Isaac Edwards running the Wildcat. Edwards fakes, keeps himself, and is going to be tackled immediately by SAU's Michael Washington, a freshman linebacker out of Marshall, Texas, and it'll be 2nd and long for Ouachita. But the clock down to 3:05, and Michael, both broadcasting and football-wise, weird things can happen in Ada, Oklahoma. So like I said, we're not going to allow anybody to look ahead past that game.
Yeah, they're up 31-14 on Southwestern to start the 4th quarter on the road there. So they're playing pretty well.
They are playing well. And they whipped this SAU team earlier this year. It's a pretty good ECU game. And Ouachita, Jeff, we'll just say it, they're going to have to come to play next Saturday.
And they certainly came to play today, but on the road, a little different story, and they've got to be ready again.
Isaac Edwards running that pistol. He'll go up to the 15 this time. A gain of 3 on the play, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Clock down to 2:19. Stay with us for the post-game show, the Southern Bancorp Tiger Recap. We're going to have all kinds of good stuff for you. We'll have all the plays of the game. Michael will have scores from all over the country. We were the first game to start today. The other 2 Arkansas games, one started at 2, Michael, and one started at 3 o'clock. This one, of course, started at 1 o'clock.
Yep, we'll have updates for those in the post game as well.
3rd down. 12 yards needed for a 1st down. And they'll just let Isaac Edwards run it again, and he's going to have a first down and more. 30, 35, 40. I told you he could break a big one, Jeff, at any time. And Ouachita's probably going to be able to start needling it out now.
It's good blocking by the young guys up front, and then he hit the sideline and made good yardage. He's got a little bit of speed, and in addition to being a big back, Edwards goes 215, but he showed some speed, made a nice first down, and Ouachita can't run it out.
And so Ouachita is going to go to 7-1 on the season. As I said, came into the week ranked number 7 in the country. Depends on what happens in front of them. Could move up another slot or two. We'll play next Saturday at 2 o'clock was the T I was looking for in Ada, Oklahoma. We'll be on the air at 1 o'clock as Eli Livingston kneels it out. Michael, you go to the road, and then the good news is your final 2 are right here at home, southeastern Oklahoma, and, of course, the people from across the street in the Battle of the Ravine.
And part of that good news is your starting quarterback only played 3 quarters today. Other guys got some rest, backups get in the game, and you go to the real stretch, crucial run of the season with some guys that are fresh.
Yeah, and T.J. Cole got a lot of rest in the second half. Kendall Gibbons got some rest as they brought in Zaylen Falls, as they brought in Isaac Edwards. So I didn't see anything, Jeff. We may have missed something that looked like a bad injury today. So we think this is going to be a pretty healthy Ouachita team for this 3-game stretch for the championship.
Certainly looks like it will be a healthy team. Ouachita is a great setting here, but they're going to have to go on the road before they can come home for the last 2.
2 seconds, 1 second. That's it. You can paint it purple. Ouachita goes to 7-1.
Coach Todd Knight and Coach Knight, these games are normally a little bit closer than this, so I think you're maybe as surprised as all of us that it went this way. But, man, your offense from the beginning had it clicking and kind of had to go a little different because you saw some 5, 6, even maybe some 7-man fronts, especially in that first half, trying to stop.
Yeah, they loaded up. I mean, Chad's been with us before. He knows what we do, and I knew they would load the box. But, man, my hat's off to our offensive line, our tight ends, fullbacks, Coach Shock, Derb, great play calling right there, and our offensive staff, just so proud of them. And I'm going to tell you what, that probably doesn't happen if you don't play defense like we're playing. I mean, we're playing really good D. Coach Thompson and that staff, great job right there. And we had a special teams player, too, just really a complete game. It doesn't look like it when you're trying to close the game out in the fourth quarter sometimes statistically, not run it up. But, man, I thought our guys played great.
Through 3 quarters, they only had 153 total yards. And I think in the last 2 weeks you might have more sacks combined than you've had all year long, especially talk about that defensive line. And McDonald had a great game last week, Anthony Freeman again this week, but all of them really.
I think our guys were inspired. Southern Arkansas came into the game leading in tackles for losses and sacks, and I think that motivated our defensive line, to be the best defensive line out here today. So I'm proud of those guys.
I want to talk for a second. You have a lot of there's homecoming every year, a lot of them on that back, but you had a lot of former players back, especially the 2011 team back that won your first conference championship, the first GAC championship. What does it mean to have those guys back and to get a big win like that today?
Man, it's hard to describe that. Just seeing the guys before the game and just knowing what they put into it, and none of this happens without those guys. It's not about facilities, it's about people. And, man, we've got great people, and I'm proud of those 2011 guys.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the big win, and we're looking forward to a fun next 3 weeks. We'll let you get with the team.
Todd Knight as Ouachita goes to 7-1. We'll keep it here because Richard, after Todd talks to the team, is going to be catching a few of the Ouachita players. But Ouachita goes to 7-1, Jeff. They had a 30-game winning streak broken, a 30-game conference winning streak broken on the final Saturday of September. In the month of October, since that loss, they have outscored their 4 opponents 170-34. That is just plain impressive.
It is impressive. It's a sign of both Todd Knight, his assistant coaches, but also a sign that the players that they recruit, the players that they develop in every way, physically, mentally, their toughness, their resolve. The Ouachita Tigers came back after that loss to Harding and put together a great season. They hope to cap it off with 3 more big wins.
All right, let me take a look at some of these final statistics. And, Michael, if you will keep a watch on Richard and just break in when he's ready to go. Ouachita today rushed for 278 yards on 51 rushing plays. Meanwhile, they held SAU to just 62 yards on 36 rushing plays. Ouachita 10 of 17 through the air, 1 interception, very efficient for 130 yards. SAU 15 of 31, 1 interception, 128 yards. So Ouachita more than doubles SAU's offensive output, even though they only ran one more play. 68 plays for 408 yards for Ouachita, 67 plays for 190 yards for Southern Arkansas University. Looking at individual stats for Ouachita, TJ Cole had 21 carries for 119 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kendall Givens, 11 carries, 73 yards and 3 touchdowns, giving him 19 on the season, which leads the nation in rushing touchdowns. Isaac Edwards, 5 carries for 35 yards. Grant Allen, 4 carries for 34 yards. Allen, 10 of 14 passing, 1 interception, 130. Let's go down to Richard.
All right, here with quarterback Grant Allen. And Grant, in this one, we saw him from the get-go, honestly. 5, 6, 7-man defensive fronts, and y'all came in kind of looks like knowing you had to pass the ball. And on those first few drives, we definitely saw y'all pass more than you have all season. Come in, is that something you kind of knew coming in that was going to be called? That you were going to be called on that real early?
Yeah, we had a feeling they would load the box up and try to stop the run, and our receivers did a great job getting open. Our linemen did a great job blocking, and we just executed at a really high level.
So even on some deep passes, like we saw the first deep pass went to Key, it wasn't complete, but it seemed like it felt like loosened them up a little bit because they knew that was in your repertoire.
Right. Yeah, we practiced that all week. We trust our receivers. Our coaches put us in a great position to be successful. And I feel like we're really clicking right now. And I just got to give a lot of credit to the guys up front.
And then later in the game, especially, we saw you not passing as much, but taking off and running a few times. I couldn't tell if it was a called run or not, especially on that long third down. Kind of takes through that.
Yeah, it's key that we get it going through the ground or on the ground and through the air. And they started dropping a little bit more since we started throwing it. Then we just kept it on the ground and just kept the area. So we executed really well.
Last, talking about the offensive line, when you see 5 or 6 man fronts, it's not going to be easy to block for the offensive line. What a job they did today.
Right, yeah, they blocked their tails off all game. They've just done a great job all year, and hopefully we can keep it going.
All right, thanks, congrats on the win. We're going to talk to Anthony Freeman here, pop over to defense, and you had a couple sacks, a few tackles for a loss, including one of the last big ones there. Y'all trying to keep him out of the end zone, but it seems like I told Coach Knight the last 2 weeks, y'all might have more sacks combined than y'all have had all year. It seems like defensive line's cooking today.
Yes, sir, we are. Hey, we play as a team, man. We play as a team.
Now you come in, this is a offense that scores 29 points a game. They can throw the ball around, and y'all really keep them down. And, the running backs got over 900 yards. You really keep them down the whole game. Kind of what was the key to it today?
Just watch the draw. We know they was going to run it. Watch the draw, play hard on the tackles, and just stuff the whole middle up.
Seems like as a defensive line, y'all might be having as much fun as you've had yet this year because y'all are playing well and enjoying it. It looks like.
Yes, sir. We finally making it click, man. We got a couple more games, and we making it click.
Making it click the right time of year. Thanks for talking to me. Talk to TJ Cole here, and TJ and Kendall. We got them both. They both got their sunglasses on, and they played the good game today. TJ goes for over 1,000 yards today. So first, let me get your comments on that. You go over 1,000, you get 3 touchdowns today.
Hey, this is a big milestone for me and my team, and all my credit goes to my O-line, and I can't do anything without them.
We come into the game, and we're talking to Grant about it, talk to Coach Knight. You see 5, 6-man fronts, sometimes 7-man, it seemed like up there. Not something y'all have seen all year long, and took a couple drives, and then it got figured out. But it seemed like once you got past that, there was some green in front of you.
Oh, yeah, we're just sticking to the scheme. Coach is going to tell us they're going to play some funky fronts, but hats off to that D-line, and even better job by our O-line.
Well, each week, you play UAM last week, SAU this week. These are teams that know y'all well, know what you're able to do. It's got to feel good to just know I'm going to go in the game. I don't care if they know what's coming. We're going to pound it down their throat, and it seems like getting stronger every week.
Yes, sir. We're just trying to stay healthy, and just the week starts on Sunday. Just watching film and getting prepared for the next week.
All right, thanks. And Kendall, I'll talk to you. You got 3 more touchdowns, put you at 19 on the year. You go over 500 yards on the year, so the second guy right behind TJ and having a heck of a game. And last week, obviously, They bottled you up a lot. It feel pretty good to get out and have some more running game today.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like TJ said, I credited to my O-line. Last week I couldn't really get loose like I wanted to, but I was able to get back and get back going this week.
With those complex fronts they were running, what was it that your offensive line was able to do? Did they change some blocking around or just more power on power to get you free?
Just staying true to what they know. Keep pounding the rock is what we say around here, so they were just staying true to what they know.
In the third quarter, we've seen several games this year. Third quarter, it just kind of seems like y'all have a drive that just kind of takes the fight away from the other team. Can y'all just tell that sometimes you're out there and it's just a fulfilling feeling, I would imagine?
Absolutely. When we go in and we're up at halftime, we go in, we say around the locker room, we can't relax. And if we don't come out here and relax, we'll put the game away. And that's what we did to this afternoon. We put the game away by that drive.
All right, thanks. Congrats on the win. We'll see if you get 20 touchdowns next week. So,
well, hopefully. Let's
talk to Hayden Lassiter. And Hayden, early in this game, they up 14-0, and then we throw an interception and down. They could chance to make it 14-7. I want you to take me through the play where you're able to make a nice interception in the end zone that really, one of the big plays of this game because it never allowed them to get in it. So take us through that play.
Yeah, they kind of got us in a formation that we hadn't practiced much this week. I mean, we knew what to do, and we was in cover 3, and the guy tried to run an out route and then converted into an out and up and tried to single me out, isolate me, and I just kind of ran his route for him, and quarterback underthrew it a little bit, and turned around and just made the play.
Mallory comes in the game. He's put up a lot of numbers this year, but he has thrown 8 interceptions, and he could say, of course, threw his 9th, almost his 10th at one point. Is this something y'all kind of keyed on as defensive backs, knowing a little bit that he is going to throw some interceptions every now and then?
Well, he's not scared to throw the football. The kid's got a good arm. They've had some O-line trouble. I think they've had some injuries throughout the year, so he's got a lot of pressure on him. Our D-line got after him all day, so he had them in his mind. And, yeah, I mean, we could have had 3 or 4 interceptions today, if we catch the football. But, yeah, we knew that we were going to have opportunities all week, that they like to take shots because they have to, and we were excited to play today.
Well, Rex read in the booth a stat earlier. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like 150 to 30 something since the Harding game. Y'all have outscored opponents, and a big part of that, of course, has been defense. So last week against UAM, a high-powered offense. This week against Southern Arkansas puts up 29 a game. Y'all out 7 points total. You mentioned the defensive line, but also the defensive backs. Feel like y'all are playing as good as y'all have played as a unit right now?
Yeah, we feel good. We're really getting in the rhythm. We've been emphasizing running to the football and just playing with maximum effort every play. Sometimes your assignment's not always going to be good, but maximum effort is going to make up for a lot of things. And this football team is in love with each other, and we just go out there and play for each other every play. And every week we're just getting better. We're climbing that mountain, and we're ready for the rest of the season.
Well, I asked Coach Knight about this. I don't know how much they were involved, but I knew before the game a lot of the guys from the 2011 team that won the first conference championship was back. And, of course, you're a senior. You played in several conference championship teams. And what does it mean to have some of those guys back, and even not just this week, but just kind of around the program some?
Yeah, I'm just so glad we showed out for them today and put on a good game. And just knowing those guys, they started it for us. They were kind of the starting group that got this program going. And, those guys, we see them on the wall every day in the team meeting room. So it means a lot for them to be here. It means a lot for us to play good for them, and we're glad we showed out for them today.
Thanks. Congrats on the win, and congrats on the big interception. You got your turnover bell. Oh, one last question. Did you get any grief when you caught that punt and didn't let it bounce at the end there?
No, I hadn't caught any grief yet. The wind was kind of blowing in our face, so I thought the ball would kind of react backwards, so that's why I caught it. And, it takes a lot of air out of play. If you catch it, they can't do much with it.
You made the Willie Mays-style catch look really easy. We'll say that. So, Congrats on the win.
All right, Richard, thanks so much. Great job, and what a great job by the Tigers as they win this afternoon 42-7. That combined total Richard was referring to in the month of October in going 4-0 so far. Ouachita has outscored its opponents 170 to 34. Wow. Southern Bancorp Tiger recap. We will have the Church at Rock Creek final statistics. We'll have the Arlington Resort Hotel and Spa plays of the game. There were a lot of them today. Michael will have the Jim Stillwell Insurance College scoreboard, and we'll have a Vaccinate Arkansas Offensive Player of the Game, Defensive Player of the Game, and Play of the Game. It's all coming your way in 2 minutes when the Southern Bancorp Tiger recap begins here on the Ouachita Football Network.